Hey, how y'all doing? Get in here, please get in here. Let's talk about it. We watched it. Let's talk about it. Those of you who didn't watch it, honey, let's just say I'm getting a better picture as to why Bang Bang did not want to go to that reunion. I'm gonna just say that. I'm getting a better picture as to why Miss Thing was not in a hurry to get to that reunion. Let's just say that. How y'all doing? It's so good to see you guys. So good to see you. Let me greet who's here first, and then we're gonna take care of our housekeeping and stuff. I'm so happy to see all of you this evening. I'm a little behind time, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Magaline Lamar, hey sis, thank you for being like number 1. Makeup Addict, how you doing, girl? Sweet Beloved, she's number 2. Thank you so much, y'all. Our head archangel, Bianca the Beautiful, is in the chat, keeping the chat safe for you and me. All right, y'all. She says it's housewives time. No, you can't wait. Hit the button, okay? Get your wine, or your beer, whatever you sipping. Auntie Eva, thank you for being like number 4. I appreciate you so much. All right, Too Adorable is in the house. Thank you for being number 5, sis. All right. It's my girl Mo. Hey, boo. What's going on? Happy Sunday. Cool Gamer is here. Always cool. Always in the building. Glad to see you. Deborah Randall is in the house. Thank you for being like number 7. Housewives Talk is officially legal. Deborah Randall has arrived. My Peanut is number 8. There go Mama Baby. Aries Diva. Hey, girl. How you doing? Hey, Miss Lovely T, good to see you. Make sure y'all are using the engagement button on the bottom right-hand side, the circle with the heart emoji. Tap it, send my bubbles up. You know I'm sensitive, okay? Cloud 9 is number 9. Oh, my gosh, that's everything. That is so cool. All right, Miss Nisi in the house. Hey, girl, you're number 9, too, and so is Miss Lovely T. All right, happy Sunday. Amanda K is number 12. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. Miss J, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Ma Sweet. Hey now. We're going to talk about it. And I promise you, I'm going to tell y'all what's going on with me because I am behind. Normally, we in here about like 10 after, 15 after. So we're a few minutes later than we normally are, but we here. All right, Miss Sparkle, our resident Mary Kay lady, is in the house. All right, make sure if y'all need your Mary Kay, this is the lady to get in touch with. If you need the link to purchase your Mary Kay, let us know and we will provide it in the chat. Hey, Miss Sparkle. She's asking y'all to hit the like button and put your bubbles up. All right, Forever 21, how you doing? Thank you for being number 10. Appreciate you. All right, it's Country Girl Queena. That's my good sis. She's number 21. How you doing, gorgeous? Good to see you. Who else we got up in here? I don't want to miss nobody. Is I'm missing anybody? Hold on. Okay, yeah, Richard Wilson. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome, and welcome again, Brandon Martin. My love. Brit is a disaster. Thank you for being like number 20, a big disaster. Category 4. Hey, Ishelle, thank you for being number 24. It's your first time early. Sure is. Awa. Hello, lovely. Happy Sunday. Dana Brown is number 26. And so is My Sweet. And I appreciate you. Awa, thank you for being number 27. And I appreciate it. All right. Miss Thelma is also 27. Good to see you. X. Hey, I'm so glad you're back around. I missed you when you're not here. Always do. Glad to see you. Making sure I don't miss nobody. So we can get into it, y'all. My Christian Key is here, and she's number 29. Hello, beautiful girl. That is Tennessee's finest in the chat. Don't act like you don't know. Act like you know. All right, Angie Girl is 32. I appreciate it. Miss Sparkle coming in at 33. I appreciate you, ladies. Adrian Marie is 35. Hi, sis. Delicia, thank you for being 37. And Lisa Gordon, thank you for being 38. I appreciate it. Good to see Camille Fun, Miss Classy Quilla in the house. Hey, girl. How you doing? Good to see you since 58. Hello, lovely lady. She's number 44. Our dear brother, Sean Living Life is here. You're not late, baby. We just getting into this thing. All right? Watching California descend into chaos once again. That's what California does. Y'all know chaos. Okay, thank you for being 41. You're not late. We're just getting into it. So normally, like I was saying, first off, housekeeping. Hit your like button. Put your like number in the chat. If the numbers are right, we play the lottery. If the numbers ain't right, then we don't. Okay? You know the like lottery is a scratch off, not the Powerball. When you hit the like button, whatever that like count goes up to, that's your number. If the number is called, 2 minutes to get to the chat. Y'all know the rules. This ain't your first time. Okay. Make sure when you hit that like button, you keep your like number, scribble it somewhere. Welcome other folks as they come in the chat. If you see somebody you haven't seen in a while, say, hey, good to see you. Or if they're new, say welcome. And if this is your first time on live with us, please let us know it's your first time, or you can just type FTL for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we are happy to have you here. Okay, SFF, thank you for being 45. Belicious. Hey, gorgeous. She's 46. Good to see you. Also, make sure that if y'all do say curse words, you misspell them in my chat. I don't care if you cuss. This ain't Sunday school. Just spell it wrong, because I don't ever want to have to be bothered with YouTube harassing me behind things in my chat. Okay, so y'all protect me. Misspell your curse words. Let's keep all commentary on the people we talking about. No bickering, arguing, adversarial behavior, disrespect. Any of that stuff is allowed over here. Look at all the lovely ladies with wrenches. Let's respect our moderators. They're here to keep the chat safe for you and for me. Okay, so hey, D. Seratinas, thank you for being 45. Aries Sun, thank you for being 48. So y'all respect the moderators. Please show them some love, and please be kind and respect your host, because I'm going to be kind and I'm going to respect you. And the disclaimer that we have to throw in, because some people are far too impassioned about reality shows. So let me go on, throw this in there. Let's throw this in for free. Just a disclaimer. Hey, Belize and JB, thank you for being number 50. Quick disclaimer. Everybody has faves, okay? So somebody in the chat may like your fave, or they may not, or you may like somebody that's not somebody else's fave. So please do not attack each other if y'all have opposing views, or you like different people who may be at odds. They're at odds. You're not. So don't take that personal, and don't take anything I say too personal, because I don't like any of them. So please be aware, on any given evening, anybody can get to business. Okay. All right. That's all I got to say on that. So listen, I'm a little behind. Transparent moment. Today is my daddy's birthday. So I've been a little quiet today. I haven't even really been in Discord posting stuff or anything like that. Yeah, I needed to be quiet a little bit. So I did watch the show, but my big sis called to check on me, and I was on the line with her a little bit. Because like I said, it wasn't the easiest day for me. It wasn't the easiest, but you know, it's like that. So now we in here, we're going to have a good time, and we're going to clown on these ridiculous women, and y'all going to help me keep my mind off it, right? All right. So that's all that's going on. Ain't nothing serious. DT, we're here to talk about, Lord, he said, the house mattresses of Atlanta. See, please make sure to like the video. Thank you for being 53, DT. Listen, I don't know what we'll do without DT. D Crazy, the amazing DS is also here to run the reflection corner in case y'all get frisky. Don't be surprised if you find yourself with an 11-second violation, you know, but don't worry. DT keeps the reflection corner stocked with the finest of beverages and shots. Okay, much like these ladies over there on RHOA. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, happy heavenly birthday, Phil. We love you, baby. So look, well, let's get ready to laugh, because I don't want to be serious. I have been serious all day, all right? These are newly applied lashes, and I ain't interested in crying them off. I'm not. Okay, so let's get into the notes. Y'all know the notebook is on deck. Oh, thank y'all. Y'all so sweet. Listen, this is the only rule tonight. We gotta laugh. Let's keep it light, and let's laugh, because I can't take nothing else tonight. Okay, being very transparent. Can't take nothing else. We gotta keep it light. We gotta laugh tonight. I mean, plenty of laughter. Okay, let's keep it. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know how it is, right? Right. So let's get into it. Oh, y'all are so sweet. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So dig it. On the notes, what we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Y'all, we got a good, like, solid 8 pages of notes. We got about 8 pages, because I had to kind of keep track of what was going on. Now, y'all know anytime they split up in two groups, a lot of times they switch back and forth between the two groups while they are filming. While they're filming, they switch back and forth, right? So I had to kind of get the notes on those, and a lot of times they don't have a lot of substance. Either one conversation will be real heavy and the other one won't. This one is not that the conversations was heavy, but it was a lot being said, and I didn't want to skip none of it. Delightful by design. Hey girl, I didn't want to skip none of it, so I didn't. So that's why we got 8 pages of notes. That kind of broke things down, and then that little dinner situation broke things down even further. Okay. Hey, DM Rocks. Well, why was Brit yelling while talking to Shamia at the end? Yeah, because she's crazy, deranged. Crazy, deranged. Hey, DM Rocks. So I do believe Brit is truly bipolar. She's something. She definitely something. Something is wrong. What's that song we used to sing in church? Something happened. And now we know something's wrong with her. Okay. Catherine Bennett, thank you for being number 55. Thank you for all the birthday wishes for Daddy. I'm sure he's seeing them. I'm sure he appreciates all the love, especially from all you pretty ladies in the chat. So let's get into what happened. Thank you, Forever 21. Wait. Even said they need to make sure the women are good crazy before they cast them. Yeah, because this is bad crazy. Yeah. Something just ain't right. Something ain't right. Yeah, she touched in the head. She really is. Baby, them screws missing, DM Rocks. They are missing. Jimmy Hoffa type missing. Missing. Okay, so now let's read from the book of what did these heifers do? Okay, the Christians say, what did she do? Child, wait till you hear. Yeah, I don't know why she went and got naked either. I was like, especially after we heard about her nipple. Girl, why are you showing that to people? Thank you, Aries Diva. Y'all, DT is crazy. Don't pay DT no more. I love DT, but you crazy. You're really crazy. So look, listen. So they started off this the next morning while they're in Grenada and all that good stuff. It started off like it was going to be normal, I think. I was getting the vibe like it was going to be a normal day. And then it quickly started to go wrong. That's all I can say. To me, it started to quickly go wrong. We got Brit Eady on the phone with her husband, and he's like, what is that around your neck? And she's like, well, you told me I couldn't wear my diamonds, so I'm going to travel. I'm like, girl, what diamonds? Britannica. What diamonds? I say, okay, this girl can't help but the front. She gonna front. If it kill her, she gonna front. What diamonds, girl? You owe the country club and the decorator. You struggling to pay $1,750. I say, okay, diamonds. All right, girl, with the diamonds. So then we get Kelly and Shamia talking, and they was like, oh, well, Portia and Drew seemed like they made up or whatever. Then the production showed the flashback from the night before, and you got, see, Aries Diva, get DS, come get your sister. Nah, Brillo pad. Now she calling Bang Bang Brillo pad. Come get her. That's a 9-second violation. Say if she got some diamonds, she need to pawn them to pay them people. And that's why I want you to get your sister, because both of y'all crazy. Just hold hands and skip on into the corner. Just skip on over there. Skip to Malou. Okay? Makeup addict say Brokey on our screen talking about diamonds. Diamonds. Instead of cubic zirconias. Diamonds. Say, child, y'all see on the clip on social media, especially with this lawsuit. Oh, y'all, my bad. Let me get at y'all conversation. I'm up here reading in y'all business. Y'all tell me it ain't my business. Okay, so that was just strange. So get this. So Kelly and Shamia talking about, oh, Portia and Drew, they done made up. They both of them ready to move on or whatever like that, right? Then production show the night before, I guess they was all getting back drunk or whatever. And you got Drew with, oh, if I fall Portia, you gonna catch me, Drew Silla, as Portia call you, Drew Silla. I don't know how to say this. So I'm just going to say it. I'm going to just say it. Now, y'all know I don't like Drew. For obvious reasons. I don't like none of them. But her, she's a creep. This is why I call Drew a creep. You, ma'am, Portia doing too much to you. Portia doing this to you. Portia doing that to you. You mad because Portia brought up Black. Then you went and confirmed that what she said about Black was literally legit. Why you doing all this double talk? And then the minute she act like she ready to allow you to be around her and to actually acknowledge your presence, you back to kissing her behind. This is the thing that irritates the hell out of me. You back to kissing her behind. Now I guess that you realize she was only being nice for the show, and now that the show is over, leave me the hell alone. Now you on these darn on the Breakfast Club and stuff talking about, oh, Go Naked has bad hair. Mind you, we saw that you had a Sharpay on your head when you first came on this show. We saw that. But it just irritated my nerves, y'all, a little bit to see her sitting up there. The minute that girl say, oh, I'm willing to move forward with her or whatever. Oh, push if I fall, you gonna catch me. You calling Shamia a lap dog. But the minute that girl gave you this much positive attention, you was back to kissing her behind. Drew, let me find out you keep calling Shamia a lap dog and insulting her because you feel like she in the spot you want to be with Portia. Because at this point, it's giving obsession and it's giving weird stuff. Weird stuff. And I said that before. All this running around trying to make Portia talk to you. Portia, talk to me. Portia, talk to me. And I keep saying, who the hell is Portia supposed to be that you running behind her, begging for her attention? The minute she was willing to give you any type of conversation, you right back to being fake and phony. Did y'all see that scene? That production show with them coming back to the villa or the resort or wherever they staying? And oh, if I fall Portia, you gonna catch me. Did you think you was girl? I'ma shut up. Drew would have been a good diddler 304. I don't think she the kind Puffy like, but she probably could have been because she's a weirdo. SFL say deer in the headlights Drewski. She sounds obsessed with Portia. She does, and it's weird, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Drew is phony. Thank you for being number 66. Wait a minute. Hold on. Them lights down there low. Them lights down there low, because if they that low, then we need to do some Duolingo. I can get triple points right now. Hey, Nino, thank you for being 68, girl. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna shut up about it, but it don't make no sense to me. And trust me, I'm not one of these weirdos online that's obsessed with hating Portia because she's pretty. I don't have those problems. I promise you. Not an insecure bone in my body. I don't like any of them. And my dislike for her ain't no special than my dislike for anybody else. But I do not understand for the life of me why they all running around like it's going to be the end of the world if Portia don't talk to them. Oh, Portia doing too much because she won't talk to me. Why do you care if Portia talk to you? Are you okay? Oh, so I only got 71 likes. So y'all telling me y'all want me to do Duolingo is what you're saying. And where are my bubbles? Okay, there you go. But somebody want to do some Duolingo. What is given to me? It's giving somebody want to do Duo. Y'all need to get them numbers up. Angie girl said that Portia almost let her tear that flower bed up. She should have. If you stupid enough to run behind another woman, y'all two grown women, both of y'all bleed every month. She ain't no better than you. And I don't care how long she been on the show, how pretty she is, how shapely she is, whatever. Why you running behind her like she the second coming of Christ? It doesn't make sense, Drusilla. It don't. She giving obsession. Yeah, and it's weird. It's weird. I don't care how pretty another woman is. You might be prettier than me, finer than me, slimmer than me, taller than me. You might have more bread than me, but you're not me. And I'm never kissing your behind. I'm never running behind you. You ain't got enough nothing to make me run behind you. And I don't get it. Classy said, I wonder how Kelly knows about Black. Because Portia said it. Because Portia said it. Mo, thank you for being number 72. Oh, thank you. They genetic. I got it from my mama. Drew want to go with Portia and absorb her. That's what it's giving. Because remember, the minute that Portia started helping her with that weave and stuff, Drew started doing her makeup like that girl and everything. And it's weird. From the time she did that, I was like, girl, you got your own face. Stop trying to look like other people. I don't want to look like nobody but me. I might not be the prettiest, but the face I got is mine, and I'm going to hold it. And now I don't have any urge to look like anybody else. It's weird. It's weird. Drew need to get a stylist. I screamed with Phaedra and said she's shopping on Temu. Listen, I know a lot of people be getting outfits on Temu, and I heard them Temu outfits don't be bad. I heard some of the little dresses and stuff, the little comfortable like lounge wear and stuff, they said the stuff be comfortable. I don't know, but that's what I heard. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, that was funny though. That was funny. So anyway, then you got Drew and Cynthia talking about Brit got drunk and was vomiting and stuff and done took her corset off, was showing her bosoms because she had to come up out her corset. I guess she couldn't take that vomiting and stuff, and I don't blame them. Y'all, what's my like count? Mods, one of y'all give me a like count, please. Then they did that scene that I told y'all I didn't like, and I don't like that production was like really. When they did the sneak peek of the scene of Angela calling Charles, right? 77? 77? Okay. So I'm going to need us to get close to 90 real quick. Y'all thought I was joking about the likes? I promise I'm not. Let's go and get them up. Because I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I think about that stuff going on with Angela and Uncle Charles in just a minute. Yeah. That's all right. By all means, move at a glacial pace. Why bien?
Why bien?
Yep. Ooh. Why bien?
Why bien?
I'm practicing my Hanzi. I'm getting so much better. I'm getting better at my Hanzi. 5 in a row. Are we close? Angie girl say throw the likes up. DM Rocks, a lot of y'all like her. I don't like her either. But I don't like what production tried to do to her either. I don't like that. I don't like her, but I don't like what they tried to do to her either. Hey, Miss Gardner, thank you for being number 33. Oh, 10 in a row. All right. That was fun. So how them likes looking? Hey, little Mackie. All right. So listen, what's my like count? 85. That's close enough. I'm gonna trust them for a little bit. If they don't get better, we're gonna be learning. What's the next lesson on Duolingo? Hold on. I think the next lesson is like places or directions or something. We're gonna be learning directions and places if y'all don't get them likes up. Okay. So listen, with the Angela situation, when it was the sneak peek, I saw the sneak peek and I told y'all I didn't like that they saw she was trying to call her husband and he didn't answer the phone. And they stayed there and watched her do it, right? What I didn't realize that production was going to do, and they did it tonight, and I didn't think it was cute. I was not amused. Let me be very clear. I was not amused that you say, let me join too. Okay, you gonna jump on your Duolingo? And then if you get on Duolingo, follow me or be my friend on there so we can nudge each other to remember to do our lessons, okay? But what production did do for the ladies who didn't watch it was they did like the time lapse thing. You know how they'll like layer a scene on top of a scene to make it look like it was way longer than it probably was. Like they were dragging it and dramatizing that she was trying to call him and he didn't answer, and then they showed her texting him and then calling him again, and I felt like they did that to embarrass that lady, and I didn't think it was cute. although I know that it's like a normal thing on Housewives. Hey, Emma Crawford, thank you for being 88. I know it's a normal thing for them to, like, film the ladies calling home and stuff. Like, that is part of the drama. But when her husband wasn't on the phone, all you had to do is say, okay, well, we'll come back when you get him on the line or whatever, or next time you call him, then we'll get that. Later on, they did get their actual conversation on the phone. But I felt like they're playing into the he don't like her stuff, and I didn't like it. Like, what are y'all, if he don't say certain stuff or he doesn't play along with her, and it, she gets a little embarrassed, that's one thing. Them going out of their way to embarrass that lady, I didn't like it. And of course, y'all know I'm not taking up for Angela because I can't stand Angela, but I don't like this. I didn't like it. I feel like production did that to humiliate that lady. You're not going to tell me in the history of Housewives, she's the first person to call home and, their spouse missed the call. That's like, hey, Black Smile, thank you for being number 90. You're never going to convince me out of all the franchises and all of the cities, all of the ladies, all of the seasons, that nobody ever called home and their husband missed the call. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all know what I'm saying. But then because this whole narrative is out, y'all running with it, and he missed the call, you gonna stand there and record her. And if that wasn't enough, you're doing the layering like it's time lapse, like, oh, we've been waiting forever and he just won't. It's not cute, and I don't like it. I see what y'all trying to do, and I'm not amused. I'm not amused. And I'm pretty sure people on social media, people with more nasty spirits are going to think it's really cute. Like, ooh, he ain't answer the phone. Ooh, I don't like it. They didn't have to do that to that lady. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I think they don't like to see married couples. I think they especially don't like to see Black married couples. And unfortunately, Charles is not being very cooperative. So it's easy to run with a narrative, and it's easy to like try to completely humiliate that lady on national TV. And I didn't think it was cool. Whether I like her or not, that's still a Black woman. And I'm not a fan of trying to humiliate her with something that mundane, that regular, that run of the mill. Like, what the hell are y'all doing? Production is being very nasty. Very nasty. Bianca said, I said production is disgusting when I saw that scene. Yeah, I didn't like it. I ain't like that at all. He said, so we think Angela's so old. She got cataracts and can't see them cameras. You so crazy. Y'all don't pay no attention to my crazy child. Yeah, facts. Like, you're not gonna tell me out of all them women, all them seasons, she the first person to call home and the man missed the call. Like, they really are going overboard. Like, y'all are really pushing it. Yeah, they trying to stoke the divorce flames between the two. Like I said, yeah, you're right, DT. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I didn't think it was cute. I didn't like it. And then Angela's in the confessional and she's like, oh, we did talk yesterday on our actual anniversary, but he was, real busy or whatever. And, we falling in love with each other every day, and I said, okay. All right, Angie. I know she, no lady likes that. Like, regardless of how we think about people, like, no lady likes that. No lady likes that. Then we got the breakfast situation. So Kelly and them is out there. Phaedra offers Kelly some nipple covers because it was Phaedra and Brit out there talking to the chef, asking about the food and stuff. Hey, Krista Jones, thank you for being number 93. And Kelly came out with her outfit and her nipples were like, headlights was on. Headlights was on. Phaedra offered us some nipple covers. I'm like, okay, that's a sister moment. I like it. Help a sister out. Cynthia told Brit about her vomiting when she came out, like, girl, you was throwing up. And so Brit is like, I told y'all I can't do all that drinking. I done told y'all, I can't do them shots. Then we get Brit in a confessional, and I'm just like, whew. Brit says, well, I don't take shots. I don't like shots. It's for college girls. We're wives. Well, some of us are wives. And it's just like, Brit, people out here theorizing that you barely a wife. It's people talking about they bending your husband over. Well, I'm a wife. You know, some of us are wives. Girl, that wasn't necessary, but whatever. You know, it is what it is. She couldn't have known that the guy was going to end up telling Tasha K about her husband. So, you know, then Phaedra was talking about that she done seen Brit nipple. She was so drunk when she got in there, her nipple was poked in. It was inverted. It was pressed in like a button on a soda machine. And then it popped out. And I was like, this is too much. And so Phaedra, in pure Phaedra fashion, like, this girl don't be wearing drawers. She just, you know, like to be out in the open. And I done seen every part of her. And, you know, good thing I shared a room with her, because I wouldn't have seen this much of her. She said she all but done seen the girl birth canal at this point. I say, well, dang. Hope hope everything is cleaned up in there, because she's showing everything. And I believed her. And then when she stripped down in front of them other women, I really believed her. It was like, yeah. Yeah, Christian Keys, she said that her nipple was inverted and then she popped it back out. So yeah, there's that. Kelly's up there telling about the itinerary, and she's shrieking like a banshee. Yeah, you know, and Phaedra was like, ooh, you loud, sugar, you loud. And so she was like, you know, it's like if Garden Gnome and Tinkerbell had a baby, and there you go, and it's just so loud. And you know, the ladies, I forgot who said it. It was like, well, you know, she got, you know, she's small, and maybe she got to be loud to make sure y'all hear her and stuff. And so Kelly's in the confessional. She took the joke pretty good. She made a little jokey joke of her own, of whispering, you know, talking like a normal person, and then said, I ain't nobody got time for that. So in other words, she is loud and proud. She loves being loud, and she ain't stopping. And I just thought that was a cute little fun shade. Hey, sister, you killing my ear moment. Like, it wasn't dangerous. Ain't nobody get cut. It was safe. Everybody went home safe. I was okay with that. Because Kelly is loud as hell. She really is loud as all hell. But yeah, right, Amanda K. It was funny. It was funny. It was clean. It was cool. It was shade, but it was fun shade. Like, nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. I like that. I like it. Y'all make sure y'all hitting the like button. So after they got through, you know, with the jokes about the loud and not so loud, and Kelly don't have time for talking at normal decibels, she said, y'all heifers can bring some earplugs like you at the shooting range, or, you know, borrow some cotton balls. So she's gonna be loud. Okay, respect it. Hey, Pisces B, say Brit's case with Bravo needs to be thrown out since she's willingly showing her melons next week. Right, but she's sexually harassed by the countertop, because that's where she put them. At least she know. There you go. At least she know. Yes, earplugs. She's telling you to invest in a fancy pair of blinged out earplugs, because she is not going to turn the decibels down. Okay? She is Lil Jon. Turn down for what? Hey, Creepy. How you doing? So then after that little cute little jokey joke moment, the girls break up into groups or whatever. We find out from Shamia that her and Kelly's plan was anybody whose roommates couldn't be in the same group. So it's like you bonding in the room as roommates. So when they went on their little trip for the outings, they wanted to split up the roommates, which was cool. You know, I get the idea. Like, let's mix everybody in together. Let's not do the clicky thing. And I'm like, yeah, I could see that. That's not a bad idea. Right. So they did that. Everybody takes off in their groups. We got some of them, they went to a winery. It couldn't have been a winery. It had to be a rum distillery. And the other ones went to the Waterfall. And that mansion looked really, really nice. DT said she's gonna be the new ambassador to earplugs. She should be. If she don't, she really missed a good endorsement. Her people need to reach out. So anyway, you got one group with Shamia, Portia, Phaedra, and Cynthia. So basically, you got the old school group and the new school group is what you got, right? And then the other group, you got Kelly, Brit, Drew, and Angela. So you got an old school group and a new school group. And I was just like, and you could kind of tell with the type of conversations that was happening that you had an old school group and a new school group. Yep, the old school group had more fun. They had more fun every single time. The conversations flow better. because I think they're not so interested in looking for the moment. They just clowning. Lisa Gordon said, yeah, she act like she wanted to have a freak off after giving that sisterhood speech. You so crazy. Oh my God. You too, Lisa Gordon? So look, so while the Shamia, Portia, Phaedra, and Cynthia sprinter, let me tell y'all what they was talking about. So they was in there and they got to talking about Brit and like, you know, and stuff. Wait. Let me not go that far yet. Hold on. Before we leave. They were talking about the the talking crystal after Kelly got loud. We ain't gonna talk about the group shit. So they was like, you know, how did that work for y'all or whatever? And they was like, it kind of worked. And so Britt was like, when I went to talking, y'all went to talking over me or whatever. And so Shamia was just like, you know, nothing rude, actually. Went to talking about the you know, like, well, you know, when you started talking, you changed the whole subject. So that's probably why it happened or whatever. And she was like, well, y'all can't tell me what to talk about. And she was like, it's okay. I wasn't saying it like that. I was just, you know, explaining it. You know, Britt was really just trying to fight with anybody she could. And I do not know why that was her whole behavior this episode was strange, right? It was just strange. A really weird thing. And she was so offended. And so then we get to the sprinter. And I backtrack and got that little piece because it'll explain the conversation in the sprinter. So they was kind of like noticing that Britt seemed kind of, you know, touchy. Like she touchy. Like, why is she being so touchy? And they were just talking about how she moving or whatever. And then they brought up the giving and the donations. And we find out why they in the sprinter. For those of y'all who did not watch, this heifer gave a couple of paper towels, some paper towels, and a $250 cash app. I'm gonna let y'all sit with that. She gave some paper towels and a $250 cash app. That's what she gave them people for a donation. Yes, $250 cash out. We do better than that in the royal family. When we be helping folks, we do better than that. She supposed to be rich, honey. Aries Diva said, not surprised. She knows she don't have it like that. It looks that way, the way you say. Okay. Yes, $250 cash app and some paper towels. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So, you know, I was a little shocked to find that out. They asked Shamia, like, well, what did her friend, her actual best friend Kelly, have to say about that? She was like, Kelly agreed with me. And they went to talking about how snippy she being and stuff. And then they went to talking about Drew. They was trying to talk about Drew, and Portia was like, no, I just made up with that girl. I can't talk about that girl. You know, and so it kind of kept it clean or whatever. And she did say that she owes Shamia an apology for calling her a lapdog. And she pointed out, see, this is why I say Portia's a conundrum. She's a conundrum. Like, we know she ain't bright, but every now and then, like that one brain cell on the back and on the right hand side are like turn on for 30 seconds. And hey, nephew, thank you for being 101, baby. And she was like, she keep calling you a lapdog to try to lower you beneath me. That's what she's trying to do. And I said, but it was only on for 30 seconds because she didn't complete the thought. See, Drew is doing that, trying to make Shamia feel bad to move out the way because she want to be up underneath Portia behind. So, you know, it's like, well, if I could just make you mad enough or make you offended enough that I'm calling you a lapdog, then you'll just quit being close to her. And then I can run around and sniff up under Portia's behind. Why would you want her? Nothing against her, but why would you want to? I just, don't get me wrong. I just can't see me being that interested in being up under another woman. I don't understand it. T Monique say, I couldn't wait to tune in. Thank you for being number 100, boo. I just didn't get it. But Portia almost caught it. Like that brain cell turned on for 30 seconds and she turned that bad boy back off like it was going to run up her light bill. But you know, she almost got it. And they all joked about Drew's Flintstone outfit. The outfit was ridiculous. And I like the color green. I don't even know how you miss with green, but she did it. She did it. Yeah. So then after that break, Phaedra was like, you know, the confessional, in the confessional, they were asking her, what was it, the confessional? Well, no, it was with the ladies. It was with the ladies, I think. Was it in the confessional? It was in a confessional, yeah. So they asked her about Angela and Charles, and she was like, she didn't really get to know Angela. She couldn't really read Angela yet. She don't really have nothing. She don't really know her yet or whatever. And production asked her about Charles, and she was like, yeah, I know him, but I haven't hung out with him in years. And so I'm like, okay, if that's the case, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Because Phaedra's saying she ain't hung out with that man in years, but he's cool people. He's always the life of the party, yada, yada, right? And so they was like, well, you knew he was married. She was like, I never knew him to be married, but like she said, she ain't hung out with that man in years. So she wouldn't know. I think that might be legit. Portia ain't trying to be under Drew. I know Portia ain't trying to be under Drew, but Drew trying to be up under Portia. How you go from we gonna move forward and we not gonna be, and the very same night, Portia, you gonna catch me if I fall. Listen, no. Just no. The answer is no. I don't care who she is. The idea that you breaking your neck and Portia was ignoring you and paying you dust, and you wanted to fight with Shamia so bad because Shamia repeated something you said to her about her so-called best friend. It's like you wanted to scrap with Shamia because you need her to move out the way because you was dying to be up under Portia. It's just weird to me, and I don't get it, and I'm not going to pretend to get it. Hey, Ashley Kane. Yeah, DT don't never leave the corner. DT be in the corner with DS. DS said Drew wants the wigs that Portia provided because all of Drew's wigs look like they sick. And you stay in that corner too. Mm-hmm. Philly Joint, thank you for being number 104. So yeah, that happened. And so the Waterfall group, they pull up to the waterfalls or whatever. Somebody had a monkey. Phaedra is insane because she say monkeys are racist. And I'm like, how is the monkey a racist? Like, did the monkey call you something? Did the monkey, like, what did the monkey do? I've never seen a racist monkey. I'm gonna just be honest. Phaedra's crazy. She's really crazy. She's not okay. She's not normal. She's not normal. Deborah says, as I recall it, it was Drew who went running to call Portia on the phone crying at the last reunion. Yes, it was. Telling Portia she was being picked on by all the cast. It was her. It was her. Okay. Now, Deborah Randall, you get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me go back to your comment. You see this here? This is why I'm saying Drew wanted to be Portia's bestie. Portia, you know, was fake friends with you, like she fake friends with everybody, including Shamia. She just known her longer because they got history. But because Portia befriended her when everybody was picking on her, introduced her to the makeup artist, gave her some wigs so she could quit wearing every animal and pet smart on her head and stuff. Oh, we gonna be best friends. We best friends. When they was at the reunion, she ran into the dressing room crying and calling Portia like Portia's her big sister or her, you know, her best friend from 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be Portia's bestie. And she went trying to install herself in Portia's life. And then when Portia was offended by it and grossed out by it, because who wouldn't be grossed out? Then it's, oh, Portia doing something to me. Portia wasn't doing a goddamn thing to you. She just didn't want you being weird. She didn't want you going and asking her employees to help you do stuff behind her back. She didn't want you filming on the same show she's on with her baby daddy behind her back. She didn't want you setting up photo shoots for her company that you're just a brand ambassador for behind her back. It's like she was trying to enmesh herself in that woman's life. And I don't know why Portia is not that. I don't like the all that comment. But she's, you know, and because she's beautiful. Like, I'm not going to take nothing from her. Absolutely gorgeous. But there's nothing about Portia that's so wonderful that you need to try to, like, inhale, eat, sleep, and breathe Portia. Like, please go to rehab. Hey, Human Nature, welcome. Say Drew sat on the Breakfast Club with that bird nest on her head and said had the audacity to just go naked. Did. Remember why she was on Breakfast Club? And she was like, no, because I think it was Jess was like, that hair ain't go naked, right? And she said, no, this one's good. Charlemagne was over there like this. That hair was not good. It was a helmet. It was one of them fancy helmets. Mm-hmm. Yep, delivery, Uber Eats delivery to the corner coming soon. Yes, yes. Hey, Osas. Okay. You need to put in because you in the corner in there with DS and DT and the rest of them. All y'all is acting up tonight. I can't even keep up with all the violations. I can't even keep up with the violations. Osas, you see them? Bring them some snacks because they refuse to leave that corner. They won't get out of there. Charlemagne is hilarious. Lord, DS say the wig had rabies. Lord. Not a wig. Now it's a rabbit wig. It's rabbit. It's foaming at the mouth. That's why it was dry. Because you know when you get rabies, you can't drink water. That's why the wig was dry. I'm through. DS, live in the corner. Don't ever come out. They can drown Portia, big old booty. If they can drown in Portia, big old booty if she want to. I just don't understand why. Just why? Why? Rabies. Rabies. Now they look like straw or hay. Charlemagne, the goddess, was being messy. Charlemagne is always messy. Catherine say the wig need to be put down. Catherine, get in the corner. I don't often have to send you to the corner, but today you're going. Today you're going. Okay. I love you, but you got to go. So I was not ready, but that's what happened. According to Phaedra, the monkey was racist. So we got two groups, and I got the group conversations split up. Now, which conversation y'all want to get into first? The new girl conversation or the old school conversation? Who conversation y'all want during this outing? One for the old school, two for the new girls. Who y'all want to do first? Because we got notes on both. One for the old school, two for the new girls. Who y'all want? Old school or new girls? Amanda K say old school. Hey, Thankful Life. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all want old school first. I see them ones coming in. Okay, so let me tell y'all what them old school girls was talking about. Okay. So, first off, they changed in the swimsuit so they could go take pictures. So they over there trying to be, you know, Barbie doll, Barbarella, Baywatch meets, you know, heavenly chocolate. They was over there serving the chocolate. Shamia got some dysmorphia. We find that out. And I think we saw a touch of it before, but it was also prevalent tonight. Oh, you know, I had to put on a two-piece. I hate that because I couldn't put on the one piece that I wanted to wear because my stuff ain't here and I'm not comfortable because my body is not two-piece ready and whatever. And I'm like, Shamia, there's nothing wrong with you. Now, y'all recall earlier on, she kept going on and on about, oh, my back fat, I need to get lipo. I want to get something done on my back fat or whatever. And I'm just like, Shamia, there's nothing wrong with you. And I don't get me wrong. Y'all know I can identify with the dysmorphia because I go through it. But it's like things are starting to make sense. Some of this stuff between her and Portia starting to make a little sense. Think about it. Think about it. If you got a dysmorphia issue and you're constantly seeing something wrong with yourself, even though don't nobody else see it, and then your friend that you keep hanging around and putting yourself around this person who is extremely confident and body positive, showing her body and stuff and whatever, that's where, I'm not saying that's all of it, but I think that may be where some of that is coming from. I think that adds to it. Okay. Because literally there's nothing wrong with Shamia's body. And I saw what you were saying. Who was that? Human Nature. Yeah, she used to be smaller, but didn't we all? You know what I'm saying? Just because you used to be smaller, it don't mean you look bad now. She doesn't look bad. Shamia looks great. Like there's nothing wrong with her at all. But see, this is the thing, right? Perception is reality. We're all women in here. Oh, thank you, Arturo. You're so sweet. But here's the thing. Perception is reality. So it doesn't matter if we look at her and we're like, Shamia, you look great. There's nothing wrong with you. In here, she thinks there's something wrong with her body. Nothing wrong with her body. But because it's real to her, and let me tell you, for those of you who have never had dysmorphia, you never suffered with dysmorphia, you don't know what that's like. What that's like is like people with anorexia nervosa, they have it to an extreme degree. That's why they end up really hurting themselves. And we see them and we're like, oh my God, you're about to die. And they still see a big old fat person in the mirror. When you have a dysmorphic disorder, what we see in the mirror is not what y'all see. And it's real to us, even if it ain't real to nobody else. Nobody else sees it. When you look in the mirror, this is what you see. So it's even worse because you're hearing people like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. So now on top of being uncomfortable with your body, you also feel a little crazy because you still, no matter what you do, no matter how many pictures you take, what angle you take it from, if you stand in front of the mirror, no matter how many different ways you turn, you still cannot see what everybody else is seeing. You still can't see it. So I sympathize with her with that. Because I mean, y'all know I come on here and tell y'all, hey, I'm having a dysmorphia day. Like, it's a bad day. But you knew a coworker like that. Yeah, it's a painful thing, and it does happen. And it happens to men and women, but it's really tough when it happens to women because it's a lot of pressure on women to be perfect when perfect doesn't even exist. She always did give that a little bit. And maybe this is why, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we'll say somebody got low self-esteem or insecure and we say it like an insult. It's not an insult. Like it shouldn't be used as an insult. That type of thing is real. It's real. Makeup addicts say, unfortunately, I could relate to Shamia body dysmorphia. Yes, a lot of us can if we're being honest. If we're being honest. Arturo said, I can only imagine two being in public in the spotlight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you standing next to somebody who is not going through that, and she sees the attention and she sees her friend and she may see her as beautiful, but she's constantly hypercritical about her own image. And that is tough. I really sympathize with that. Yeah, Tammy Roman went through it too. A lot of women do. It's just that a lot of women are not open about it. They're not verbal. They're not vocal about it. It is psychological, but it's real. Perception is reality to that person. So that really, so I wonder if she was picked on about her looks when she was younger. I mean, we all were. Who wasn't? You a girl. Didn't they pick on you about your looks when you was younger? Because we all got picked on. Pretty girls get picked on. Ugly girls get picked on. Tall, skinny, short, whatever. You're going to get picked on. Like that. Kids are mean. But how you doing, Shirley? Dysmorphia don't have nothing to do with being picked on. It's just, it's one of those things that you have to really be aware of. You have to, use coping mechanisms and tools so you can get through it so that you don't end up projecting on other people and having resentment and bitterness toward people who don't have nothing to do with what you're going through. Even say being picked on doesn't help it, but it doesn't cause it. Your mind just be broken. If I have daughters, I'm putting them in therapy young for that. For real. Thank you, Shirley. But yeah, like I really sympathize with her. When she did that tonight, I was like, I see you. I was like, yeah, I see you. I got it. Makes sense. But yeah, that's just kids being kids. Kids are like that. Your hair's long, they picking on you. If your hair was short, Belize and JB, they'd have picked on you. You said you got picked on because your hair was long. I went to school with girls that their hair really didn't grow like that. And there was 100 jokes about, oh, your hair's so short, you could roll it with rice. She's so bald-headed, we could read her thoughts. Kids will pick. All kids pick. That's why I say it doesn't help if the child has dysmorphia. But dysmorphia is one of those things that can really hit anybody. Honestly, it can hit men, women, anybody. So I just wanted to take a minute to address that because I really sympathize with her on that. Like I could identify, I could empathize, and I could sympathize. Okay. I will say this. It was a bold move to put yourself in a situation with a bunch of really positive, pretty black ladies, and you don't trust your own pretty. Because Shamia's pretty, but she don't trust her pretty. You got to learn, ladies, trust your pretty. Even if it's a dysmorphia day and you're looking in the mirror and you're not seeing what you want to see, tell somebody, be verbal about it, deal with it, cope, go to therapy, do whatever you got to do. But you got to learn to trust your version of pretty. You got to. Or else anything else is just going to kill you. It's going to take you out. So anyway, I had to mention that. Then they started talking about the other girls. Phaedra was like, Brit seems really sweet. And she just thought it was weird. And she didn't know why Brit brought up Apollo. Because that was weird. And they were all like, that was kind of odd. Like, why on earth would you do that? Yep. Avoid mirrors when it's a bad day. Yep. Go to the mirror when it's a better day. No law says you have to pass by that mirror every day. That's real. And then Portia was trying to like maybe help the ladies understand Brit based on what she said at her event. So she was like, I don't think Brit really feels heard. And so she was like, well, at her event, she told, she said it. She said she don't really be feeling supported. Right. So she was trying to give them some insight on why Brit may have done that. It was weird, but she's like basically trying to say maybe she didn't have nothing to say really, but she wanted to be included because she doesn't want to, feel like she's fading into the background, which leads into what Kenya was saying about her, with the incident when she ended up threatening the shooter. She was like, Kenya said that she felt like production probably was like tugging her coat, like, yo, you've been here 3 weeks and you ain't gave us nothing. You need to shake the table. No fashions, no nada. You need to shake the table. And I think that Brit was at this point, I think what we're seeing is she's still feeling that pressure. Like, I'm not really giving nothing after the whole Kenya thing. Like, I've not been in the center or centerpiece in any of these conversations. And so Portia was trying to kind of talk up for her with that or whatever, and saying like, she really don't feel supported. But she did point out, and I did like that she said it to her face later, but like, she also don't feel like Brit is really making the effort to get to know the other girls either. Like, she ain't invited us over. We ain't really, they ain't really had no time together to really get to know each other yet. They don't know each other yet. So I was like, okay, I could dig that or whatever. And she did say she feel like right now Brit is just kind of whining about everything. And it does give that Brit is whining, and she got the voice for it. So she's doing a lot of whining. That's real. And they was talking about the fact, like, why bring up Apollo? You inviting him. Apollo never even showed up. Apollo wasn't even there. So it was super weird for her to bring that up. Then they got into the black talk, black conversation. And so about Drew and Black, that Black, Mr. Black Smoke, Mr. Drew's, little friend, right? And so Portia was like, look, it wasn't a secret. She was out there, she was being, pictures were taken, she was being seen with him, like it wasn't that type of secret or whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because we saw the picture of them standing together or whatever like that. Phaedra did give her some great advice. Hey, so fancy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, the nasal voice. I got to give it to you like she said it. So, and that's just what that was. And then on their way driving back, Portia and Shamia clowning, joking, whatever. Shamia's all in the confessional. I got my friend back. And it's like, okay, right? So let's get to the new school girls. I don't know why you felt bad for her. You might be the only person in the world that felt bad for her, because I didn't feel bad for her tonight. This is a reality show. Women, hey, sadly mistaken. Thank you for being 116. This is a reality show. All these women gonna talk about each other. And if you go on the show and give them something to talk about, like they're donating large amounts, and you came and brought some paper towels and a $250 cash app, they gonna talk about you. You up here snipping and snapping at everybody. Can't nobody even get a word in. If they say your name, you barking like a chihuahua, they're gonna talk about you. You can't give people stuff to talk about and then cry when they talk. That's all I'm saying. So let's get to them new gals. They over there. We see the Clark's Court rum, and it's from there, and it's black owned, and that was nice. They talked about Hurricane Beryl had caused damage over there, and that was nice. and looked like they, was getting themselves back together. Okay. DS, this is why we do not let you out of the corner. And so, they up there, looking at the men, smiling at the men. There was some nice looking young gentlemen. Kelly was talking about the men, said she want to help the men cook, and the men was telling them that they were single. I felt like their whole trip was about flirting with the men. And that's fine. Most of them seemed to be single. Everybody was single. Well, not everybody, but 2 of them was single, 2 of them wasn't. Okay. Well, for all intents and purposes. Because Drew, you already messing with Black. You could have went on and talked to one of the men if you wanted to. Kelly actually helped the man cook. She put on gloves and stuff. They over there cooking food. They making corny size jokes about dumpling. And let me say this, the new girls, and I'm not being mean. When you move all the old school girls out of the new girls' way, they didn't have nothing to talk about. Did y'all notice that? Put a 4 in the chat if you noticed, with all of the old school girls out of the mix, the new girls ain't have nothing to talk about. Y'all, they spent the majority of their time over there trying to make sexual jokes. It was weird. So they making dumplings. They telling them make whatever size dumpling you want. Oh, okay. And so the guy was like, yeah, so that's the size you like? You got Drew over there stretching it like chewing gum. I mean, more like this. And, Brit talking about, I like girls. And like, what is all this weird sexual talk? Like, what are y'all doing? They had nothing to talk about. So basically, if you move all the old school girls out the way and you can't pick with nobody to try to get a moment, y'all heifers ain't got nothing to talk about. When they finally sat down to eat, they was making more sexual jokes. Drew talking about, oh, something gonna explode in my mouth. Ugh. Just nasty, corny, ridiculous, outrageous. There was no reason for that. It really said y'all have nothing unless y'all are chasing the old school girls around, trying to pick a fight so you can play victim. You have nothing. They were not interesting at all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It was a dud. It was a flop. It was a chop. See, I told y'all we should have knocked the boring out first. Because I'm a clown them. We good. They're so super lame. Hey, Lady Rita, Phaedra finally earned a piece of her check with the advice she gave Brit. She earned it, period. Because the rest of them heifers ain't bring no shade hardly till she got there. So listen. So after that, they sitting down, Brit like, oh, I can't have beef or pork. I haven't eaten that in years. Y'all don't have nothing to talk about. You telling us about your dietary restrictions. This what we got. Bang, bang. This what we got. It's giving y'all thought y'all was coming here just to pick fights with the old school girls and stand around. Because y'all ain't got nothing to give. We hearing about this heifer can't eat beef or pork. What the hell does that have to do with any of this? With any of it? What it really gave y'all was socially awkward. That was like the socially awkward table. Then she's like, oh, this trip is refreshing. Kelly ends up asking Drew after she made that weird joke about stuff exploding in her mouth. Ugh. She asks about Black. She holds up a black napkin or a black piece of paper. Who is this person? And she's like, what? Why are you holding up a black piece of paper instead of saying, girl, they talking about you going with Black? Who is Black? They don't even know how to have an adult ladies conversation. Just weird. So then Drew basically confirmed. So this is why I was like, you did all that cutting up, vibrating to another dimension. When Portia mentioned it at that table when y'all went out and you start trying to talk over her and pick a fight and yell and scream and talking about Future like Navardius won't sue you to hell. He done told you he don't go with that lady. When Simon first told that lie, he popped Simon, told him straight up to him, man to man. I don't even know her. We ain't never even met straight up. I don't know her. I don't go with her. So then, Drew, you so touched and disturbed on the inside part because Portia mentioned Black, and all she was saying was, girl, if you got a man, why wouldn't you just say, nah, I go with him? What Portia was really doing was outing you on the fact that you wanted that narrative to go because you wanted that to be your storyline, that I'm upset because people say you going with him. That's what she was calling you out for. Only for her to get on this trip all the way to Grenada to confirm that basically, yeah, you going with him. That's what she said. Listen, she said they not dating, then turn around and admitted to, yeah, we friends, we hanging out, we flirting, we ain't nobody said that was your man, but that's who you kicking it with. You lying square chin heifer. I'm so tired of Drew. Seller. Drew, if you quit lying, I promise you your shoulders will go down. Drew, if you stop lying, your shoulders will stop doing this. Your shoulders are only doing this because you will not stop lying. Only to turn around. We friends, we kicking it. We, you know, and Kelly said, y'all flirting and stuff. Oh, definitely flirting. At this point, Portia ought to repossess them wigs. She ought to take them back. She ought to take all them wigs back with your lying self. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. Tired. You did all that lying to turn around and confirm that you are sitting up kicking it with this man. They didn't say you engaged. She didn't even say you was hunching the man. But if that's who you kicking it with, you lying hooker, you could have been said this. You let this mess go on and on and on and on, chasing Portia for a moment in an argument over a narrative that ain't real, but you wanted that to be the narrative out because you think that's a good storyline. I can't take her seriously either. Repo the wigs and DSA and take the hair out the brushes too. Tell her. Then Kelly in the confessional, and see, Kelly's a confessional gangster. Why you ain't say this at the table? It would have made y'all table more interesting because it was dry as hell over there. Literally nothing. Kelly gets in the confessional, y'all, talking about something. Ooh, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't be out there hunching and come back home and the husband in the basement. Why you ain't say that at the table? It ain't like it was so much talking that you couldn't get a word in. After all, them girls say you talk over everybody. Now that you sitting at a table and everything quiet and you ain't got nobody to talk over, you wait till you get in the confessional to say, oh, I couldn't do that and go home and the husband in the basement. I end up just telling them, I mean, because we roommates. Why you ain't say that at the table? So your table could have been more interesting. These confessional gangsters take me all the way out. So then anyway, they end up heading back or whatever. You know, this after Drew's like, well, you know, if love comes, I'm ready for love, but love is not here yet. And if I was in love, I climb up on the mountain and say it. Shut up, lad. And then we hear Bang Bang talking about, I wonder what they did at the waterfall. I bet you do. I bet you wondering about it. It was so funny to hear Bang Bang Sleazy saying, I wonder what they doing at the waterfall. They had a kiki and had a time. Y'all sat over here socially awkward looking at each other like y'all was waiting on some paint to dry. Like y'all was watching Collards cook. Just doing nothing. Of course you wondering about what they doing. Right, Amanda, because they bored. And without them girls that's comfortable in front of the camera, you don't know what to do. And the fact that, and let's talk about the fact, that Drew, you ain't really old school, but you've been there for 4 seasons. You mean to tell me with you being there with them new girls, you didn't know how to corral the girls and anchor that table and be interesting and start a conversation? See, this is what I got for the people talking about Drew carrying this season. She couldn't even carry a conversation. She's sitting at the table with Dumb, Dumber, and Distracted. Angela looking sad like somebody that ran over her puppy with an 18-wheeler, and Dumb and Dumber sitting up there looking goofy. And the only thing Drew brought to that conversation was weird sexual innuendo. That's really what I got for the people. Drew carrying this season. No, she's not. She's chasing one of the old school girls, trying to borrow shine and energy from them because she don't have none. She's been here for 4 seasons, giving us nothing consistently. Tell her the crimson chin. Sick of the crimson chin. Christian Key say, nope, she don't, because she's weird. Yes. Sick of that. Drew is not carrying the season. Her fans need to stop saying that. They're not even her fans. They're not even her fans. These are people who just don't like Portia. So they pretending to be her. They don't like her. Don't nobody like Drew. Nobody. Them churn act like they don't like Drew. Man, the case said the only meaningful thing was Drew admitting to flirting with Black. Thank you. Finally came and said it. Finally. Thank you, Arturo. So anyway, they all head back or whatever. They get back, everybody getting ready for dinner. Now let's talk about this. This was an interesting situation too. It was very interesting. Yeah. So listen. And DT out of control. Y'all take DT back to that corner. So Kelly come out in her white flower dress. It was kind of cute, you know, really extra. Lots of little things going on there. It was really fashion forward. It was actually cute. Y'all know I don't give nobody no slack. She was actually cute. Phaedra was like, oh, look at her. She's a flower. She's a little gnome. Look at her. She's so cute. I actually enjoy that Phaedra thinks Kelly is so cute. I like that. I think that's fun. That's nice. It's not dangerous. Shamia came out in the yellow dress and that she got from Portia, and it looked really good on her. Yellow complemented her skin. She looked absolutely heavenly. Out of everything she could have grabbed out of Portia's suitcase, I think she grabbed the best one to suit her. I think she did. Then you got Angela, who finally got Uncle on the phone, Uncle Charles. And so she was like, oh, you miss me? And he was like, you know, like not being non-responsive, grunting and okay, and doing stuff like that. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, girl? Thank you for being 120. And then, you know, she was like, I'm asking you if you miss me or whatever, you know, because it was our anniversary. He's like, okay. And she's like, you got to give me something before you get off this phone. And he's really like, okay. Just like deadpan stonewalling her. Okay. And so she was in a confessional, like basically saying like she feels like he's being petty with her because she's out of town and they're normally together on the anniversary. And she's kind of saying like, you know, she's blaming his behavior on the fact that she's not there to, you know, roll in the hay. Like normally they would be rolling in the hay to celebrate the anniversary, and she's not there to do that. And so that's why that he's acting like that. I don't know. I'm not going to speak on nobody's marriage like that. I don't know. I'm just a little uncomfortable with how he's handling her. And that's what I've been saying for the last few weeks. I'm not comfortable. And if I'm a viewer, I'm just a viewer. And I'm a viewer that don't even like her. So if I'm a viewer and I'm not comfortable, I know she's not comfortable. And because she's not comfortable, I don't really like it. I'm going to just be honest. She's not comfortable with the way he's handling her. I know I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable seeing it. I don't really like it, to be honest. I didn't like that. And this is the thing, human nature. He's not stoic or peculiar. He's not. The people who've hung out with him, seen him out, he is anything but. He's doing that on purpose to her. That's why I'm just like, why is this even happening? I didn't like it. I'm going to just be honest. Charles need to pack that up and stow it. Now, I don't know where the hell he going to put it, but he need to pack that up. That's not cute, and I don't like it. People going out of their way to humiliate ladies, especially the lady you're married to, is not cool to me. I'm going to just be real. I'm not digging it. Yeah, he was dry. But he was being very dry with her, and I didn't like it. So Fancy said he could have sent flowers, anything besides not answering the phone. Right, because other ladies have been on trips and got flowers. Nene got flowers before on the trip. Portia done got flowers on the trip before. You know it's your anniversary. You could have sent that lady flowers, chocolates, anything. I think Karen done got flowers before when they was on cash trips. Like, you could have did that for her. Let her feel special. This is your wife. This is not a girlfriend. Right, Christian, I would have rather he ain't even answer the phone. Not he was dry as Drew's wig. Wow. I'm just saying, I didn't like it. At this point, I would have rather him told her, I don't want you doing the show than to get on here and try to embarrass that lady. Amanda K said, at first I was like, oh, it's just him being uncomfortable, but he could fake it over the phone. He shouldn't even had to fake it. This is your wife. Why you got to talk to her like that? I don't know. I don't know. Let me say out them people business. Queen, I don't know. It may be because he didn't want to be on the show, but I'm just saying for the record, the way he talking to her to me is not cute, and I don't like it. I don't. So that happened. Then Shamia got out, you know, she giving out shots and stuff, and she was like, I don't want nobody to feel pressured to drink, because they were saying earlier that Brit was acting funny with Shamia, like, oh, she was pressuring her to drink or whatever. And she was like, look, I don't want nobody to feel pressured. See, this is why it's funny to me when people like Brit Eady is like, why she acted like that with me? Girl, you acted like that girl was pressuring you. So of course she gonna go out her way to be like, look, I'm not pressuring nobody. Anybody who don't want to drink, please do not drink. And I don't blame her, because are we forgetting we just had Brandy Glanville them suing people? Oh, they pressuring me to drink. No, I'm not pressuring nobody. If you don't want to drink, please do not drink. Nobody should feel pressure. So Brit is in her confession like, oh, Shamia being petty, and she's always offering people shots. We're not hood rats. Girl, you are. You was in the ghetto and Bankhead threatening to shoot somebody. You are a hood booger. A whole hood booger with a bad nose job. Yes, ma'am. I was so outdone by her saying we not hood rats. Who is we? You mean they're not hood rats? Because you absolutely are bang bang sleazy. Only one lady in that whole house had they nether regions displayed on websites. It wasn't nobody else. It was just you. It was just you. Only you. So I thought that was like that was not very self-aware of her. That we not hood rats. From the lady who tried to shoot somebody in the ghetto or Bankhead. Okay. Right. Trying to call them ghetto for taking shots. Girl, what's ghetto is stripping out naked in front of women you don't know. They ain't never been to your house, but you inviting them to see your private parts. I guess with girls like Brit Eady, the only private parts is livers and kidneys. But I'm gonna be quiet. Cynthia stepped on Portia's foot while they trying to get in the car. And so Portia talking about, okay, Bigfoot, the prime minister single and you trying to have my foot blowed up. And I said to myself, Cynthia might have did just that too. Like, we're going to stop you from running after men. We're going to stop you. Cynthia said, we're going to go and cripple that foot and you ain't running behind nobody. I thought it was funny though. Thought it was cute and funny. Not, you know, I'm not laughing because the girl got her foot stepped on, but that y'all got to give it to me. That was funny. She screamed like a cat. It was hilarious. But overall, it looks like she was just fine. But, you know, anyway, at the dinner, Brit asked them about how was the waterfall. They barely talked about it. And Kelly took over. See, this is what I'm saying about Kelly. When Kelly was at that table with the newbies plus Drew, whatever the hell she is, she had nothing to say. You ask who Black was, like you trying to do stuff that you think is provocative. Then when she tell you about it, you ask her, was she flirting with the man? And you find out that they kicking it or whatever, but I'm still married. So basically she don't want to talk about it on camera because Ralph don't use it. Hello, good night. I could dig that. But all the stuff you said in the confessional, you didn't say at the table. You had nothing at the table. Not at all the girls there, all the old school girls there. You couldn't even let them answer or talk about what happened at the waterfall. You went straight to telling them about what you want to talk about the house. Okay. So then they went to talk about the giving and stuff and everything like that. And Shamia was like, well, you know, we can't, we know we have to really give and we can't be pulling up in Birkins and Roses and not give, you know, like we supposed to. And this and that, you know, nice little pep talk about giving. Brit time, I feel like it was shade. Shamia was like, I'm not shading you. If I was, you would know, you'd feel it. Not shading you. You're not the only person with a Birkin. And then she said, and you're not the only person with a Rolls Royce. She got one, I drive one. Hell, before Kenya left, she got one. So why on earth, if they mentioned a Birkin or a Rolls Royce, they gotta be you. Girl, them ladies got Birkins, they can go buy more Birkins. Only you gave $250 in a cash app. But when they start mentioning, luxury items, it got to be about you. Girl, you went to your own event in an outfit from Pretty Little Things. You didn't show up to that outfit in Alexander McQueen. You didn't. You didn't show up to your event in Balenciaga. Shamia did that with all the branding all over it, looking ridiculous. But she was wearing a label. You came in Pretty Little Things. I'm just saying. You wasn't in Westwood. You wasn't in Valextra. You wasn't in Chanel. Girl, you wasn't even in Blue Marine. Laura Piano. You was in Pretty Little Things. But they mentioned luxury items. It got to be about you. No, just say you felt guilty and you felt attacked and you felt like somebody was holding you accountable for them paper towels and that $250 cash app. Now, so anyway, Kelly was like, hey, Carrie. Yeah, and it was a medium. It wasn't even her right size. She couldn't even afford to get the right size. So, this is the thing. Kelly, when Kelly started talking, I thought Kelly was going to take up for Brit because that's her friend. But remember, I told y'all, Kelly don't really like her. Kelly was being her friend because, hey, I don't know these girls and they got names and I don't have no name on this show. So we're going to be friends so I don't have to be awkward by myself. I got somebody to lean on. And I feel like she leaned on Brit until she could get Shamia to befriend her. And now I'm at the cool kids table. I don't have to talk to you. That's what happened. Because she talked up like she was going to take up for the girl. And I'm like, okay, that's your friend. Talk up for your friend. And it went wrong so fast, y'all. So she was like, this was Kelly. Listen, Brit just didn't know. She simply did not know, what, how much she was supposed to give or whatever. And then goes, but if we're gonna be that girl, then we got to be that girl all the time. Why did you throw that shot at your friend? Girl, at your friend? And Brit, I got to give her credit. She peeped game. She was like, coming from Kelly, it's not giving friend. Hey, passionately, Paula, it's not giving friend. It's not giving friend at all. It's giving, I'm done with you. I done made friends with the girls I want to be in with, and the hell with you, bang, bang. Outside the box, say, right. Now she act like she don't know her. She not slick. She ain't. I been saw through her, boo. Say it started right, then Kareem left. Hard left. Really hard. Right. Listen, DS say she could at least bought a case of paper towels. She brought her fruit rolls and cash out that girl $250. That's what she did. See? And welcome, by the way. So look, after that, then Shamia was like, because Brit was like, well, you told me to give what you feel and this and that. And so Shamia was like, yeah, like, relax. Because she was getting real hype. Hey, Ashley, thank you for being 128. She was like, relax. And so then she started barking again, like a chihuahua. Okay, Ashley say the likes ain't matching. So y'all want to do Duolingo? Is that what we're doing? Oh, say less. What's my numbers, Ashley? Because my mods ain't catching them. Is 128 the number? Hey, Tamika Graham, 129. Now I'm going to give y'all one quick warning before I go to Duolingo. I ain't going to go there just yet, but hit that like button. Thank you for being 131. Let's hit it. Oh, that's the number, 131. Okay, I need y'all to hit it. Thank you, Ashley. So anyway, she was like, relax. And she's like, well, I talked to you directly and you told me to bring what you like. And Shamia was like, yes, I told you to bring whatever you bring what you feel and whatever. She's talking to her. She's, she Shamia. And so Shamia was like, yeah, you need to chill. You know, you need to relax. Don't tell me to relax. She was like, girl, you're being aggressive. You're being passive aggressive. Like, girl, you're yelling, you know, you elevating, and I'm not there. And I like that. And let me say this in defense of Shamia. This is where Shamia got Portia beat. She got Portia beat on this. This is what Portia was doing when it came to her and to Drew and to everybody else that was trying to get an argument. She just removed herself. But instead of Shamia removing herself, she called it out into the person like, you're elevating and I'm not there. And that's what Portia should have done. But, you know, it's Portia. And I guess we got to at least call progress because she didn't, you know, go chasing nobody down alleys and jumping on them. Hey, Lexi Lean. So that happened. And they was like, y'all, you know, y'all really, when she was like, you know, tell me, take me to the side, tell me stuff or whatever, instead of getting me in front of the group, all this other stuff. So Shamia was like, Shamia lets us know in the confessional that she did take Brit to the side. She said she took Brit to Houston's. Y'all know Houston's the restaurant. Said she took her to Houston's to the restaurant and they was talking about it or whatever. So Brit, why are you pretending like the girl didn't talk to you? Like, really? So Shamia was like, don't act like you didn't know. You knew because we went to Houston's. I took you to Houston's. And we already know Shamia paid. Right. Right. We outside, but we don't need outside voices. What you hollering for? What's all this hollering for? But let me say this. Now I see why Brit was being so extra. Oh, you pressuring me to drink. That's where it started with this trip with them, because she was being snippy with Shamia. Oh, you pressuring me to drink. You pressuring me to drink. And so she was snippy with her. It's not that she felt like Shamia was pressuring her to drink, because Shamia did take her to Houston's and talk to her about whatever. She was still feeling away. But that's why it came off like, oh, you know, everything Shamia doing is upsetting me or whatever. Okay, fine. Shamia may have been a little passive aggressive, but at the same time, you've been snipping at this girl. Y'all was at breakfast and she was just, all y'all having a conversation. She was explaining why everybody had went on with another conversation while you was talking about Apollo, and she snapped at her then. You can't keep snapping at somebody and think they're not going to, you know, give you a little bit of that shoulder back. They're going to give you a little bit of that shoulder back because you could have kept that to yourself. Brit put herself in positions. You don't get to act up and then be like, oh, you know, nobody should give me any energy back. They grown just like you. A lot of them girls are older than you. You're not finna give them your behind the kiss and they're going to just go with it. They not. Brit is defensive and it's annoying. She been doing it since she been here. She started doing it on episode 1. Kenya asked her about a ring, and next thing you know, she start bringing up, oh, Kenya's out to get me. She poking me. What? She's not normal. The girl ain't normal. She ain't normal. No, she took her there because there's no reason for her to say that. Doesn't make sense. Hey, Ruth Ann, thank you for being 139. Maybe we didn't watch the same show because I saw it. She did it that morning at breakfast, and then we find out that it started the night before because she said that Shamia was trying to pressure her to drink, and she was, you know, giving energy about it. So how is that starting anything? If you act up with me, I'm gonna act up with you. That's just what it is. Lord Black Honeybees say she a hostile 304. Boy, y'all tough in here. Y'all tough. I love it though. Love it. So listen, after all that, they told him, look, you know, that's just what that is. And they talked about that. Then Brit was like, well, if it is, anybody else got any issue with me or whatever? See, Catherine said it got weird for her when she's went with the hug and she didn't hug her right. That stuff. She was weird to me when she got all elevated and acted like Kenya was coming for her because she asked if you were married and about your ring. Like, The girl is weird. Something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. Human nature say Brit's aggressiveness might be a result of past trauma, but either way, it's annoying. It's super annoying. And if you got trauma, that's not a laughing matter, but you should go to therapy. You don't bring that to other people, because other people, it's not their problem. Like, your problems are not the world's problems. So you have to get yourself seen about. You don't bring that energy to people. Don't, because everybody is not going to be, trying to drag it out of you while you acting like that. Some people just going to match your energy. They're going to match your energy. Kara say being passive aggressive about it and talking about the other ladies about a donation. Oh, they gonna talk about you. You on RHOA. Were you not here when Nene didn't give Kenya the money as quick as she wanted to give it, that she wanted to give it to her? Have you not been around for all of the charity stuff? Anybody who don't give or don't give a lot get talked about. That's not coming for you. That girl had already been acting up at breakfast. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Were you not watching the breakfast scene? Because that conversation in the Sprinter was after breakfast. Brit had already been showing her tail. And I'd have gave it back to her too. I'm gonna tell you that. And I wouldn't have been nice about it. I believe that about you, Miss Dime. I believe that. Shamia ain't get on my nerves. My thing is she played it too soft, because I wouldn't have. Hey, Jerry Thomas, welcome. Thank you for being 140. Say, Catherine Bennett, I said the same thing. This all started because she felt she didn't get a proper hug. She's weird. Super weird. She needs help. And that's for anybody. If you got trauma and you got stuff going on and you see it's making you act a certain way in public with people and stuff, go get help. There's nothing wrong with getting help. Therapy is great. I know as Black folks, we don't really like to talk about that, but therapy is good and you should look into it. Like, don't be out in public acting like that. So when she asked, did anybody else have an issue with her or whatever? So Portia was just like, trying to bring up what she said at her event, that she don't feel supported. And so Portia was trying to, oh Lord, Carrie, you making me tired, sis. You said Brit started with Shamia. At what point I have to go back? Yes, go back. I'm gonna tell you when it picked up. When the episode first started. I know what you meant, boo. So when the episode first started, right? They was talking or whatever. Nobody was bad-mouthing Brit Eady. Like, nobody was bad-mouthing her at all. Cynthia and Drew talked about her being drunk, but nobody bad-mouthed her, right? When they was in the kitchen, everybody eating and stuff, they kikiing, they laughing or whatever. They started talking about the night before, and then when they got on the conversation about the crystal, and they was like, oh, how did the crystal work, to keep people from being talked over? Because Cynthia started the conversation. Cynthia started the conversation about, like, well, I just hate being talked over. This was after Phaedra was playing at Kelly about being so loud. And so, Cynthia's like, oh, it's cool. I just don't like being talked over. I be wanting to, get the stuff out. And so Brit was like, well, when I had the crystal, y'all talked over me, and all of them were talking. But for some reason, the minute Shamia was like, well, when you had the crystal, you had changed the subject. And she was literally smiling when she was talking, like there was nothing going on. Brit immediately got defensive and nasty. Immediately got defensive and nasty. And she had been so snippy, Carrie, that when they got in the Sprinter to go to the waterfall, all the ladies was talking about, like, yeah, Brit been real snippy or whatever. So, no, Shamia didn't. I don't like Shamia, but Shamia did not start this. No. Marcy said, I see why Brit's sisters don't get along. I said that. When I watched Brit and how she moved on this episode, I was like, this is why her and her sisters keep butting heads. I'm seeing it. This is why they keep butting heads. It keeps happening. They weren't even arguing on the last episode. Her and Brit weren't arguing. She took her and Kelly out on golf course in stilettos. Said Brit got trauma due to her whole lifestyle. She didn't need to come on reality TV. That's real. Happy Sunday, Marcy. But at the same time, you know your mama. I respect hoes too. Hoes gotta live. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But I just feel like whatever you got going on, if you hypersensitive, find out what your triggers are and deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Just, you can't expect that that's everybody else's problem. Yeah, shading people in a confessional, they all shade each other in confessionals, Miss Dime. That doesn't give a reason for the weird attacks, because you do realize those confessionals are filmed months after the season ends. So the season was over by the time the shading happened. In real time, nobody was doing anything to her. Yes, a lot of them are confessional gangsters, and I don't like confessional gangsters. I don't. Yeah, she ain't even seen the confessionals while they filming. That stuff was filmed months later. There's no reason. It's weird. Brit is weird, and I don't know what's going on with her. But no. Passionately Polly say Brit claims she's a girl's girl, but it's really giving Pick Misha. It's giving something. Outside the box say she been snippy all season. Can't nobody say nothing to her. The way she jumped at Angela at that brunch with the raw grits, that's not normal. Are you telling me, Carrie, that's normal behavior? This girl is not normal. She's not. Shady first, the donations, all donations, I appreciate it. They weren't talking about donations. The donation talk came after the fact. That's why I keep saying, you keep saying she shaded first. It didn't happen. It did not happen. It just didn't happen. We can't rewrite history. Go back and watch the episode again. They got to discussing her because they went to talking about how snippy she's being. She was already being snippy when the donation talk started. Go back and watch the episode. DS say she aggressive because she can't breathe. Ooh, that corner gonna stay full. It's gonna stay full. So anyway, she's trying to explain to her, you know, like you told us you didn't feel supported, like we wasn't really supportive, like we need to be. And she was trying to explain. Oh, DS, take your niece with you. This girl say Angela can't breathe either, but she don't act like. Angela does not act like that. Angela is not super aggressive for no reason. No reason. But it was not said to Brit. Nobody attacked her. Nobody did anything to her. That's my point. This is RHOA. Everybody gonna talk about everybody. But nobody did anything to her. That's not starting something. They didn't do nothing to her. She was being snippy. And so then they talked about her some more. And then when she got to that table, she acted unhinged because that's what she is. An unhinged ghetto hood rat hooligan. That's what she is. Right. I thought they all talked about good energy first. Right. That's the thing. I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? You can't go around acting like that and think people are going to like keep kissing your tush. Who do you think you are? And I still say they are all showing considerable restraint with Bang Bang Sleazy. And I don't know whether they pity her or whether they're afraid she's going to shoot them, but they're all showing a lot of restraint with her. The only person that gave her a bigger oomph was Angela when she told her she had stretch marks and miles on her mouth. Everybody else has been giving her real, you know, easy, soft pats. Because I'm gonna be honest, had she been snipping and snapping at me like that, I'd have ran that hooker so bad. I'm telling you, she'd have plucked out her weave track by track and ran out in traffic playing with me. Passionately, Polly say Brit done really got on national TV and embarrassed herself. First, you couldn't feed people at your event. Then you bring a roll of 3-pack paper towel for a donation. Don't forget the $250 cash app. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. So I think that girl touched in the head, massaged. She's massaged in the head. Say, Carrie, so Brit has never been shady or messy asking for your opinion. Me too. Because all of them talk about each other. Mind you, they talking behind each other back in confessionals months later. How does that equate to somebody starting with her? She do have them crazy eyes. She look crazy as hell. It's like they was like 30 seconds from being caught. She's a liability. Yep. Yep. Osas Eva has joined the corner crew. They cutting up bad in here. I don't even know what to do with them. Amanda K say, and then she claimed she didn't have enough room in her car. That's why she only had one box with 3 rolls of paper towel. Yep, Osas. She's a usher in the corner. That's a shame. Pass out them church fans. So I know she got a Costco card. She could have bought a 24. At least a case. At least a case. Yeah, she's massaged in the head. She ain't touched in the head, baby. She don't over sabi touch this massage now. It's massage. Black Honey B say, I'm curious who recommended Brit and who is her assigned producer. That's a dang good question. Outside the box says she should have came on the season saying I ain't got it. That's what she should have came in there saying. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. She was driving a 2-seater. You could have got more than 3 rolls of paper towel in a 2-seater. And what was the point of bringing the 3 rolls of paper towel, lying about I got somebody gonna drop off the rest of the stuff, then get here tonight? Well, I didn't know. You told me to just bring what I feel. Did you not stand there at Shamia house in front of that garage and tell that big old lie about you got people gonna bring the rest of the stuff because the stuff wouldn't fit in your right? Passionately, Paula. What happened to the assistant? When did we first notice that Shamia and Brit had a problem? When they was at breakfast this morning on the show. That's when we realized they had a problem. Because we didn't see no problem until the end. Shamia said anything, got attacked. And I was like, dang, that's, but at this point, we've seen Brit Eady blow up about little or nothing. So I'm just like, well, maybe that's just her being her. Then when we find out Shamia had took her to Houston's and talked to her about whatever, then I was like, oh, you were still snippy about that. And then y'all had to go on that trip. And then you still had a little issue, but you ain't say it. I was like, now it's starting to make a little more sense as to why she felt some type of way. Yeah. Brit don't have an assistant. How was she paying? Get in the corner, Aries. Diva. Say Brit was mad she had to cough up there $250. Yo. Okay. Now this is what I'm not sure about. Okay. First of all, I'm not confused by who started the tete-a-tete between Shamia and Brit. I'm not confused at all. That's why I take notes. Because I'm going to always know who struck first and who struck back. Now, what I am confused about, because it was not made clear, what I am confused about is, did she give the $250 cash out before or after Shamia talked to her at Houston's? Y'all tell me in the chat, either right before or after. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think Bang Bang just, left from over there and sent the $250 because there was nobody coming with the rest of her stuff? Or do you think she waited until Shamia took her out to Houston's to talk to her about it and then sent it? Put before or after. You think it was before Shamia took her to Houston's or after? Ooh, I see the afters. Ooh. Yeah, Queena, you're gonna have to borrow chairs from the church for the corner. Definitely. Yeah, she contradicts herself. Hey, yeah. Ashley say after. Evie say after. Dang. After. Ooh. So don't none of y'all think she gave it before they went? Amanda K say after pay. And you just skip your happy tail onto that corner too. Black Honey Bee say she gave it to her on the plane ride over there. I'm through. She mad she had to send that money. I'm telling you. Stop acting like your granddaddy. After. Ooh. Catherine Bennett, don't join in with her mess talking about definitely on the plane. You and Black Honeybees, y'all go to the corner too. All y'all get in there. She thought stolen tissue paper was enough. After, because she felt guilty. She got it from a booster. I'm tired. I'm not asking y'all nothing else if I can help it. Say when Brit get embarrassed, she lashes out. She clueless about picking battles. That's what I'm thinking, Antoinette. See, this right here, what Antoinette said, this is what I'm getting at. She still was salty about Shamia talking to her about it. And I don't know whether she gave a $250 cash out before or after. However, we do know when she get embarrassed, she lashed out and gets irrational, because we saw it with Kenya. Kenya would not give her the argument. She's laughing in her face like she's the biggest joke on the planet, called her a peasant. And when she got embarrassed because she did all that and couldn't get a rise out of Kenya, she threatened to shoot her. So it's giving, if you give her a little nudge or she feels embarrassed or whatever, the whole chat in the corner, darn it, all of y'all, just stay in there. Who is Brit borrowing her designer clothes from, Marlo? Where are the designer clothes? I hope we're not talking about that Pretty Little Things ensemble. That little ensemble. She didn't feel guilty. She just didn't want to be talked about, but too late. Oh yeah, you on reality TV. Anytime it's something with a charity and you give a little bitty something or don't give nothing. Y'all seen them hookers on Married to Medicare running people in the ground. Look how they did Toya, because she donated wine. It was like she donated wine, but she ain't getting no money. It's always a talk about the money. It's always a talk about the money. Anytime that, because they supposed to be the girls behind the gates. Now she bought them with stamps. DS, get your niece. Get her. But anyway, so then she got mad at Portia. Listen, how am I going to invite somebody? You can't be bothered to save my number in the phone. So apparently this was when the show first started and they had a group chat. This girl going all the way back to their first group chats when her name hadn't been saved yet. And I'm just like, okay, this girl cannot be helped. What the hell is this? And so then Portia was like, look, we're talking calmly. Can we just talk calmly? And she's like, no, you don't understand, baby. And she was like, no, don't baby me. We just, trying to talk. I'm just trying to say. And she got real snippy again and was like, you're interrupting me. And Portia was like, I ain't been able to say anything without you interrupting me. Not one word, not one sentence. And so they had to chill out because the prime minister came. And he looked like a young man, but he got a 17-year-old child, so he ain't that young. So apparently, whatever spices they use in Grenada, they keep you young and youthful and your skin smooth, because he looked very young and youthful. He was a nice-looking young man, very slender, all that good stuff that those ladies like or whatever. He spoke and greeted everybody and thanked them, said he was just stopping by. Shamia invited the man to stay and have a drink. Say, don't stop by, stay for a little while. So he decided to have a little drink with him. And I thought that was very nice. The ladies was all in his face, cheesing. You ever been to Atlanta? And he's like, no, I ain't been. And thank you, Carrie, for rewatching the breakfast scene. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And so they was all, in the man face, grinning and skinning and stuff. And the production was like, who y'all think would be a good first lady for from this episode tonight, from the one tonight. When they all came out their rooms from talking with their men or talking about each other, they got in the breakfast room. It was her and Phaedra. Then Cynthia came out and the rest of them like that. And then when they was talking about, it's right after, if you want to fast forward, it's right after Phaedra was kind of playing at Kelly about being loud and Kelly did her confessional. It's right after that. So they like, who y'all think would be a good, first lady for the prime minister? And, Drew said, she said herself, like that. Phaedra shaded Drew about her Temu clothes and said Portia. Angela said Kelly. And Portia, good, Carrie. And then Portia kind of alluded to Kelly too. She kind of alluded to Kelly. I don't think that man interested in none of y'all, to be very honest, but he do have 2 children. And so he went on and left. And then Portia was like, that man ain't got no ring on, but that don't, that don't mean nothing or whatever. And Brit was like, yes, some married men don't wear rings. And then Angela just blurted out, Charles don't wear his ring. Portia was like, do she have Tourette's? Why does she just blurt out her business like that? And I'm with Portia. I don't agree with Portia very, very often, but I agree with her on that. Like, Angela, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I felt like, and I don't know why she would do that, but I felt like, Angela, you don't owe them that much of your marriage, man. Whatever going on, and you see Uncle Charles ain't really playing ball, he ain't playing fair in front of that camera. Why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really like it. But you know, you can't tell grown people what to say about their own business. But I did agree with Portia, like, why you know, just blurting out your business like that? That's not okay. Like, girl, cut it. Like, don't tell them all your business, right? So anyway, you know, she said that or whatever. And Phaedra actually was understanding. And when they switched to Phaedra in a confessional, y'all, I had bad feeling, like, oh God, this is not time for no shade. Like, that whole situation, I was just like, yeah, this ain't time for no shade, you know. But Phaedra didn't do it. I really thought I was about to be mad at Phaedra, but Phaedra didn't do it. Phaedra was like, look, marriage is hard. Men are crazy. Because men are crazy. She's like, but women like penises. So, you know, catch 22. Guess you got to take what you take with these men. So I was glad that she made a joke that way and did not try to shade that situation, because I didn't think it was cute. And then later Portia shaded it and I didn't like it. I thought it was in poor taste and it wasn't cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole, if you mess with me, I take your man stuff, that ain't bother me. It's like, whatever, who cares? Because you know she's not. But that the whole shade thing, like, after that, I didn't like it. The ladies got Angela a cake and it was like, oh, it's somebody's birthday. And she was like, no. They was like, no, hey, this your anniversary. We know you normally would be home. And so that's what it was. Hold on. So Angela wants that bad marriage to be a topic. Yeah, but it's just touchy. And I can see that she might want people to talk about it so she has room to defend it. Because sometimes people do that, but don't nobody need to get into that. Like, marriage is between the two people. Like, I'm a firm believer in that, and that's never going to change. That's never going to change. If y'all are in that marriage, y'all ain't leaving that marriage, y'all not separated, that marriage is between Charles and Angela. And I get that she may want to, you know, because she may feel like, oh, they watching me and judging me, so let's try to get a conversation so I can defend it. But she don't need to defend that marriage to nobody. That is your marriage. That is your husband. If God put y'all together, I'm not finna break you up. And I don't believe in telling married people who they need to quit. I didn't put y'all together. It ain't my business. If you want to stay, I support it. If you want to leave, I support it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe in that. Okay? That's just what that was. Okay? So, Carrie, we know what was said. We done covered that. You got here after we done did all that. Now you giving us the notes that I just gave about an hour ago. So anyway, bottom line, back to this. So then, after they got the cake or whatever, and Angela was like, oh, this was sweet. This shows they cared. Maybe they could see that I was, you know, not at my best or whatever. Because they could see Angela was not, she wasn't giving the energy that she had been giving, you know, since she been on the show. Like, she really did, her energy level did seem kind of low. Right? So, you know, I thought that was cool. And so Cynthia was like, yeah, you know, everything's going to work out, you know, whatever. And she was like, all right, Cynthia, don't ruin it or whatever, like, with everything going to work out. And Cynthia was like, no, I ain't mean it like that, you know. But I think the ladies know that it's kind of a sensitive spot. So they are trying to be supportive. And I feel like we can see that they're carefully avoiding that topic, because they do need to avoid that topic. Avoid it at all costs. I don't give a darn. She can come in there and tell y'all that, you know, Charles is Satan Jr. Just, oh, that's so sorry to hear that. Don't chime in on nothing. Antoinette say, I found out the hard way. Don't weigh in on people's marriages at all. At all. I don't have no opinion on nobody's marriage. Not if y'all still together. Now, if you break up with him, girl, I will help you fight him and everything. But as long as you in it, God bless y'all. I think it was Brit's attitude. Yeah, her attitude stinks. Like, you can't be snipping at people and being short with people and snapping it. Like, everybody ain't going to take that from you. Like, who the hell are you? So anyway, then Portia was in the confessional like, child, he ain't wearing the ring and this and that, and it's a phantom baby. It's like, Portia, stop. Because if people start shading you about you over there done married father time playing with his old dysfunctional petrified nuts and crying because he won't return calls to your daughter who calls him pop like he is her granddaddy, you gonna feel some type of way. I feel like, you know, we sit up, we joke, we shade, we play, but I feel like certain stuff you should know to kind of like leave alone. Just leave it alone. I just felt like, Portia, you got a whole lot of nerve. Because if people get to clowning about granddaddy and his old petrified dysfunctional nuts, you gonna be in there crying. And this is the hard time for me. So stop it. Cat was sweet when they brought the cake out. I literally said, oh, yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Bianca said, yep, because they'll forgive them. And now your husband can't stand me for having your back. Nope. Lord Ashley say powdered nuts. You mean powdered worms. Ugh. So anyway, they left from there. And then get this. Now, y'all, for those of y'all who didn't see it, when they got ready to leave, no, Brit just got a nasty attitude, Carrie. I know you may like her or something, but yes, there's no way to clean it up. She's weird. She's aggressive. She's overly defensive. And she's a chop. Here's the thing. They leaving out the restaurant, y'all. And so Angela's like, Brit, are you okay? And I'm like, Angela, are you okay? You over there going through what you going through, and you still low-key trying to stir the pot. Brit, are you okay? And then here come Brit, ready to play victim with the old school girls. We already seen what y'all do when you're not around the old school girls, so you can pretend you a victim. Well, we didn't resolve nothing. There was nothing to resolve. There's nothing to resolve. Nothing. And so Portia was like, we don't have anything to resolve. I only brought it up so we could discuss how we can support you better. Well, I didn't get to finish. I was glad Portia walked off from her. There's nothing to finish. The opportunity to have that conversation so that them ladies could talk to you like you was an actual lady and not just a tramp was at the table. You cut them off. You didn't want to have the conversation. You barking at everybody. You acting like an idiot. Now the conversation is over. Now nobody's interested. Yeah, but I saw what happened, and that ain't what happened. Like literally, here's the problem with it. Because y'all know I talk back with y'all like we in a real conversation. Because I wish y'all could come over, because then it would be really fun and we could have a whole sleepover. But this is my thing. Even if I wanted to believe that, which Shamia has gotten on my nerves very much this season, I can't buy that. Because after she pulled that stunt at breakfast, it's not just like Shamia was the only person that thought she was being snippy. It's not like I was the only person that saw it. When they was in the sprinter, all of them was talking about she was being snippy. So everybody peeped that she was being snippy. And then brought up the fact that she was being snippy the night before and acting like Shamia was forcing her to drink or pressuring her to take shots. So it's like, it didn't just come from Shamia. Everybody saw it. And that's the problem. And she's been doing it. And we've all witnessed her do it all season long. Brit Eady has a problem. And she is a problem. Bianca said, I feel like anytime people are direct, the person they're speaking to gets defensive instead of doing the same. Right. Both can seem as nasty if you don't know how to be grown. Right. But the problem is anything somebody say to her, she just start yelling and screaming. That's not being direct. That's being unmedicated. And she can fix that by just taking a pill. Hey, Nina GZ, she can fix it by taking a pill. She can. So listen, right? After that happened, and now the conversation is over. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody's gonna play with her with that. It is just over. Now nobody's interested in how they can support you better. Now the conversation ain't gonna happen. Too bad, so sad, right? So they in the car. on the way back in these sprinters. And so you get Brit. Now she want to talk about Shamia. Okay, fine. Then she want to talk about what Portia said, and I didn't invite you over because of this, and you and me, I guess meaning, you know, Angela and Drew, like we weren't on the best of terms, and this and that, and Phaedra like literally stopped playing and being playful and silly and just told her the truth. And I was like, thank you, God. Somebody needs to tell this girl the truth. So Phaedra was like, girl, first of all, at this level where you at right now, $1,000. If somebody asks you to donate $1,000 minimum, just give $1,000. Simple. Just do that. And so she's still going on and on and on. And so Phaedra was like, look, you put yourself, she was like, I'm in the hot seat. And so Phaedra told her, girl, you put yourself in the hot seat. You put yourself in the hot seat. She said, you stayed on ready. You sat there on ready. You was ready to just bicker and go on with any and everybody. And she was like, you joined a girl group, which you know, you got to show yourself friendly. Show yourself friendly. And she was like, oh, so I got to be fake. And she said, no, show yourself friendly. If somebody says, oh, you haven't invited me over, she says, so then you invite them over and tell them, you know, you better have a charcuterie, girl. You know, go ahead and be friendly. The idea that somebody is talking to you like you a real adult girl and said, hey, show yourself friendly. I got to be fake. Why do you think that showing yourself friendly means being fake? The fact that you don't know how to be friendly, you don't know how to socialize, it gives that in real life, you are socially awkward. You're socially awkward. You don't know how to socialize. But got the nerve to be saying, we're not hood rats. It's giving you are, because ladies know how to socialize. If someone says, well, hey, you know, we want to be able to support you, but we really don't know you, like you haven't had us over and this and that. Somebody's saying, show yourself friendly. Hey, you know what? You're right. I am on this show to make friends, to join this friend circle or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you over. Come on over. You know what, y'all? You're right, because I haven't done that. I've been wrapped up in this and that. She got a lot of stuff going on. Your mama moving in. She's selling the house, the stuff with Kenya, whatever. Just be like, you know what, Portia? You're right. Like Phaedra said, show yourself friendly. She could have been like, Portia, you know what, sis? You're right. And I'm going to rectify that. When we get back, dinner party at my house, cocktail party at my house. Could have been a whole cute thing. And then you wouldn't have been over there talking about you can't afford to feed everybody who's there. You could have thrown a nice little cute soiree at your house, you know. But she doesn't even know how to do it. She doesn't. Oh, Lord. Carrie, it with this Shamia stuff. So based on Shamia and the passive aggressive shot about Birkins and Rolls, Brit should be passive aggressive as well. She can call it out, but it's like, why are you yelling when ain't nobody yelling? What you yelling for? The bottom line is she started yelling because she felt guilty. She felt guilty and exposed and embarrassed because she gave a $250 cash app and 3 rolls of paper towel. And that's just that. Say Coke on, because at the end of the day, we don't know each other. So after all the foolishness, let's regroup and see how we can build. But we don't have level-headed girls no more. We don't. We don't. If I feel like if you're that sensitive, what the hell are you doing on Housewives? You're supposed to be sitting on somebody's couch for $250 an hour, getting you some good old therapy. She thought she was going to be the girl everyone envied. And I don't know why. Her mama ain't raised her for nothing. She didn't. Black Honeybee said, I'm no doctor, but Brit exhibits traits of borderline personality disorder. I don't know. I mean, I can't call it. Nina GZ says, Phaedra said, Miss Emily Post, aka social etiquette, social grace, charm 101, how to be a lady. But it was the fact that so that's the first time I've seen Phaedra be that direct. She made Phaedra like stop clowning and being silly and have to get direct with her because she was really going off the rails. She was off the rails. And it was really kind of gross. It was really kind of gross. I wouldn't want that girl anywhere near me. Not for 2 minutes. Not for 2. My daughter's in here. Ask her. Ask her if she think her mama would have dealt with Bang Bang Sleazy. Not for 2 minutes. I promise you that. At all. And she sat there looking stupid after Phaedra said what she said. And then you got Angela up there. You giving out advice like that? When you gonna write a book? Girl, Angela, not right now. Then in Shamia's them call, she get a call from the husband, the baby's sick. Apparently the lady they paid to take care of the baby wasn't taking care of the child. He was like, she gotta go. You can't just throw my baby or whatever. And I was thinking he was saying the lady threw the baby. Then we find out that whoever they had watching the baby, she puts her in the room, I guess in the bed or whatever, the room ice cold. She had no blankets on her. She wasn't swaddled or nothing. This baby with all these health complications and all that just had her in there. And the baby got sick. So the child got a fever and all that. And Shamia went to breaking down. And, no mother likes that. Like, that's not a good feeling. That totally sucks. I felt bad for her. No mother wants to, have their children sick. And she was crying about it. She was talking about how she feels like she's a failure. She went out of town and I went out of town living my best life. And then my baby got sick. Like, girl, you could have went to work and your baby got sick. A lot of us ladies went to work and we got that call, your baby sick. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't for her to feel like no failure, but she might want to rethink if this is really what she want to be doing, because with your child having these health issues, you might want to be close. And when they called the other ladies in the other car, I thought that they were reaching out to say, Shamia gonna go to the airport and go home. Now, I'm gonna just be real with you. That's what I thought they was about to say. Shamia, was hanging with us. We was having a good time or whatever. But Shamia's about to catch a flight back to Atlanta. That's what I thought was about to happen, because that's what I would have done. If I had a baby with all them illnesses, and I'm not judging her, but I'm being real. If I had a baby with all of those illnesses and I get a call that somebody has mistreated my child, and because of that, my baby is sick, I don't care that her dad is like, oh, we gave her some Tylenol or whatever. She okay with it. I'm getting on the first thing smoking. And I'm going back to wherever my young'un is to see about my young'un. Now that's, that's just me, right? So they told them in the other cars what's going on. And they like, basically, I guess they were going to go out. And it's like, Shamia can't do no party and she got to go back to the house. But I'm just not sure why she didn't go to the airport. That was a bit confusing for me. Okay, but not my business, not judging. But I didn't get it, right? So they get back to the house. She goes and puts on her robes and she's like, talking to him or whatever, like, why y'all being quiet and everything. And so she sat down and she kind of broke down, and Phaedra and Portia was kind of like, you put her in a hug sandwich. And I said, oh, sisters, I love it. Be sisters. I like to see us be able to embrace each other. I don't care what's going on, Cynthia was like, she understand because her baby 25 and she be panicking too and freaking out. I do too. Lose it. Straight nut action. So we all understand, right? Then we get this strange moment from Bang Bang Sleazy at the end of the episode. Now I'm gonna put the StreamYard in the chat in case y'all got thoughts, because if you do, I want you to be able to get that out, okay? But it was so weird. So she walked up and she hugged Shamia, and I was like, okay, that's odd, but all right. You know what I'm saying? No problem, right? Then she starts crying and screaming, y'all, screaming. We can't even say she was drunk because she hadn't had a drink. Remember, she can't really drink. She gets sick. So she's like, I got your back no matter what, because I love you. And no matter what we're going through, I'm going to have your back. This is a real sisterhood. The way I would have frozen, I would not have known what to do. I would have started, if I was Shamia, I would have started backing away slowly. So she's just yelling and screaming. And you know what? I'm here for you. And you could come in. I'm going to have your back. And very performative, but it was a weird performance, man. Cole, that was a weird performance. It was so weird. Anna Filson, how you doing? Then she was like, and I love you, and I'll take a shot too. I was like, is she kidding? And she's like, yeah, get that shot, make it a double. And they was like, oh, she drinking shots now. So, all of them had shots, and she's like, and this shot is a truce, and they all drink shots. Like, okay, girl, you know. And then she was like, I'm gonna go make us some champagne. And they were, you know, they laughing and playing it off. Portia like, oh, you wide open now, huh? She gets over there to the kitchen area. For those of y'all who wasn't watching, this fool takes her shirt down, pulls out her cassavas, rubs them on the counter. I say, oh, Jesus. Is this the lady who just told her she was sexually harassed? By the countertop? If we being for real, she just sexually harassed all the women in that room. Who asked to see your titties? According to Phaedra, she just had to involuntarily be your OBGYN. She done seen it all. You done flashed boobs, monkey, everything at her. Then you in there in front of all the women, you done ripped off your top, screeching and hollering loud, laughing, all raucous and razz and ridiculous, boobs out and rubbing them on the countertop. Now they got to bleach down the counter before anybody can cook. What the hell is wrong with this girl? She's not normal. She's not. The girl ain't no. You don't even know these women. Brit, let's get back to the conversation at the table. At the table. You ain't never even had these women at your house before. And everybody can just see your tig old bitties. And now, according to you, they sexually harassed you? How? On camera. Ashley says she possessed with a Jezebel spirit. She possessed with something. Aries Diva, I saw that mess and I was like, what was all that for? This the same person. We not hood rats. Why she up here reenacting Girls Gone Wild? Yeah. A naked banshee. That's what it was given. She stripped everything off. See, you see how my mind blocked that out. I didn't want to see, you know, you see how your mind, listen, your human psyche is a hell of a thing. My brain blocked the rest of that out. I would say I'm going to go back and watch, but I'm not going to. I don't want to see that. Even say she must be on dope, that good dope too. Fresh off the boat, good dope. I'm telling you, that ain't been stepped on at all. What she on? Even say in front of production, didn't want to account for that behavior at the reunion. Here's the thing. I'm being sexually harassed, but you got cameramen, all that. Some of them is men, and you done stripped down. The full Monty. I'm being sexually harassed. All right now. I feel like Brit tries to fit in, wants everybody to like her, and it has the opposite effect. Well, yeah. This girl went from snipping and snapping at people, screaming like a banshee. I love you. And then she stripped down and put her boobs on the counter. At this point, I'm tired of Brit. Now she's suing people because she was sexually harassed. By who? Say by the end, all her clothes was off. I don't want to go. I'm going to take y'all word for it because I trust you. I know y'all love me too much to tell me a lie. I trust you. I'm not going back to see her naked tail. Weird, nasty heifer. That's nasty. We ain't never had. Let me tell you something. This girl done gave us so many never hads. We ain't never had a hood rats ready to shoot nobody in the ghettos of Bankhead. We ain't never had nobody to strip down bucket naked on no cash trip, especially on no black ensemble show on Bravo. We ain't never had, ever had a housewife that talked like Steve Urkel because her nasal passages have been stopped up by the devil. We ain't never had a lot of stuff. This girl is the first. She's a one of one. She complained about photos shown, yet she doing, oh, hello. Then she said it wasn't even her, but then I was sexually harassed and stripped down butt naked in front of all the nasty heifer. Portia, Drew, and Phaedra look confused. Okay, let me ask you something yet. Would you not have been confused? We're all women, most of us. It's a few fellas here. How y'all doing? Fellas, y'all all right? But we've all hung out with women before because we're women. I ain't never been in a room full of women and a sister stripped down naked in front of us, screaming and yelling and laying her titties on the counter. I've never experienced that in my life. I ain't never experienced that like in my life. I ain't never. Never seen that before. Anna say, I don't watch the show according to what you're explaining. Bang Bang needs some help. A lot of it. She need a therapist and an exorcist and a deliverance minister. Saying the words of Cameo, she's strange. Okay. And we don't like it. We do not like it. I couldn't get over that. That was just such a weird, creepy, nasty way to end the episode. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Never. I've seen a lot too. I am from Florida. I've seen a lot. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Not the worst housewife since the friend Yovana, that be from Clark. Yovana was funny. She didn't strip down and do that. That was weird. I wouldn't even know. Yeah, they say she was completely naked. I realized her boobs was out, and I think my brain caused like temporary blindness. I didn't even realize she took off the rest of them clothes. She the soldier boy housewife. She the first everything. Yep, she is. Soldier. Bravo can use that footage against her, and they should. They should countersue her for sexually harassing the cast. Bringing your nasty tail out like why would you do that? Just why would you do that? This the same person, y'all, that sat up with her mama with that shake and go wig talking about we classy. Ain't this classy? Y'all put classy in the chat. Let me make sure this is classy. We're classy. Her putting out that lawsuit right before this episode is terrible timing, baby. The worst timing ever. The worst timing ever. I just want y'all to remember that her and her mama say they classy. Stripping while everyone else has tears drying. They all look so confused. Right. But she classy. She's classy. Don't forget that. Yvonne made me laugh a couple times. Yvonne took us out. She did. I'm Yvonne. That be from Clark. She classy, girl. She classy. She classy, y'all. Yeah, Phaedra says she don't wear no drawers. She was involuntarily, made Phaedra give her a whole pap smear, honey. Just everything on display. Nasty and crazy. Say Brit was preaching to Shamia with all that. All my life I had to fight energy. Nashina M, you crazy. I missed you, girl. Where you been all night? Bianca say, but they all don't have a X lawsuit. They understand that they signed up for footage to be presented how Bravo see fit. She fumbled the bag. It is what it is. Facts. Yeah, honey, she classy. Don't forget. Now, when y'all get ready to be classy, remember, this is how you be classy. You strip your clothes off and put your naked bosoms on somebody's counter. That's how you do it. That's how you show them how classy you are. Hey, Sinclair Baptiste. Hold on. I'm trying to get, wait. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. Okay, Carrie was next. Says she was not completely naked as far as I've seen. I didn't think she was, but if she was, all I'm saying, Carrie, is I'm not going back to look. You free to go back and check for us and come back and report. I'm not looking at that again. These two eyes. I may not look like what I've been through, but I've been through a lot. I don't feel like I have to go through that again. I've been through a lot in my life. I don't want to go back and see that. I don't. I thought it was just to top out, but if they say she naked, all I'm saying is whatever y'all say it is, I'm taking your word because I'm not going to look at that again. No class at all. And cackling. Yes. Cackling. An awkward person tries to lighten it. Girl, listen, Carrie, girl, you know I love you. Like I love smoked pork and my collard greens, but you're going to have to stop. You know how many awkward people don't strip down naked and put their titties on countertops? Some of y'all in here is kind of awkward or whatever. Have you ever tried to, lighten the mood by showing people your titties? Because I haven't. I ain't never seen nobody do it. And I've been around a lot of socially awkward people. I ain't never seen nobody do that. Hey, Ree.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Good night, sweet T-Boo. So now, tell me what you think about this mess with this crazy woman.
I think she's like, I don't know what word to use. Like every time I don't think she knows the definition of the words that she uses.
She don't.
Because when she was talking about, what was it? Being passive aggressive, even in this lawsuit, we're talking about sexual harassment, but you're flashing your whole body.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Hostile work environment, but you're threatening people with a gun.
Right.
But it's like for me with her, even like her post when she talks about the cast members, I'm like, but you're the one that exhibit all these behaviors. So and in the accountability portion, and it's like, when are you going to take accountability for the fact that you're creating the problems that you're complaining about? You know,
she's not going to.
And I'm just shocked. So like, I was watching, what is that guy's name? The one that worked for Candy. What's his name? Don Juan?
Don Juan.
Yeah, Don Juan. So Don Juan had pointed out something. I guess people were saying behind the scene, like when you're doing the reunion, there's certain meetings that you have to attend before you do the reunion, and she missed the meetings. And so he's like, this lawsuit's probably a Hail Mary for her because of the fact that she missed these meetings. And because she missed these meetings, it probably is the reason why she's going to get kicked off the show and she won't be back for another season, potentially. So she's doing this as a Hail Mary, hoping that Bravo could potentially just settle with her, even though she's not going to be paid for next season. So I'm like, it makes sense.
That does make sense. That does. And if Don Juan is saying that, it's because one of the girls told Candy and Candy told him. You know that's how Candy run.
Yeah, and then he was breaking down how their contracts work and how they're all subcontractors, and then they have to sign some forms while they receive 1099s. They're independent contractors of the show.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Now that we do know. We do know that. That's very, very true. Who touched her body? We ain't seen nobody touch her. A reason for her to touch her body. Ain't nobody touch her. They was looking at her like she had something on her. They didn't touch her.
Nobody touched her. Even I think that there was a picture that was on X that they showed her like with her hands out and like, showing her goods. And I'm just like, what?
I love Carrie. Carrie be saying some wild stuff, but Carrie's a good sport too. I love Carrie. But yeah, I don't know, Ree. I don't. And I kind of gotta agree with Peanut. Like was this not bad timing for that lawsuit to come out right before we see you give us the full Monty?
Girl, I don't know who is in her ears, but whoever her friends are, they are not her friends.
They don't like her. Apparently, it ain't just Kelly that pretend to be her friend. It's looking like everybody that's her friend is pretending to be her friend.
And I don't understand why she's always on edge. It's like you can't reason with somebody who it's like every time.
Yes.
Every time you're trying to
listen to you, Ree, you right. I'm saying yes, you right. Amen.
Every time you're trying to like discuss an issue, they really want to jump down your throat.
Yeah, and
it's like, so what is the point of addressing the issue if you don't want to? You feel like you want to be aggressive, and I just think that the cast just are finally now realizing that Kenya wasn't crazy when she saw her crazy being shown.
I think low key the cast already knew Kenya went crazy. Cynthia is the only one pretending like she don't get it. Everybody else, in my opinion, act like they get it completely.
Cynthia just wants to keep her paycheck. Cynthia just wants to keep her paycheck. We do not recognize Cynthia's opinions on this live, okay?
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Cynthia
forgive me.
Cynthia is here just for looks and her cheekbones. That's it.
And
She's just an okay, we're gonna treat Cynthia like an accessory. She's just an accessory to the show. Whenever they need it for her to be in a shot to make the shot look good, they'll go ahead and plant her there as an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Because see, this is the thing, right? And what you said is so important. Nobody wants to be in a friend group or a dynamic where you have to talk to someone that you can't talk to, because that's what it amounts to. I can't talk to you. If I say anything, you're offended, and now you're being aggressive. Like, nobody has to deal with you being aggressive, right? Like, it's just, it's weird. Hey, when in wrong, where you been? You been gone all night. Now you come dragging your tail in here late. What you say? This is my boo. We've seen aggressive on the platform. Yes, we have. Brent ain't that aggressive, and Brent ain't the one pulling chairs from under people. Yes, Kenya did that, but we talking about what's going on right now. And I love you. And did you hit that like button? But let's talk about this, right? So when we've seen other people be aggressive on this show, we've never seen this type of unhinged. We've never seen this before. This girl is the first of a lot of things. Other ladies, when they've given us aggression, whether it was Kenya, whether it was Portia, Nene, Sheree, or whatever, it was in response to something that was happening. What we keep seeing from Brit is no matter what's happening, she's aggressive. No matter what goes on, she's aggressive. And that's where it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you okay?
Because that's where she goes. That's the route that she always first goes. It's like, you've watched the Players Club, so it reminds me of, like, the strippers. It's like, as soon as you say something, they're already on edge and they want to fight back. Then I'm like, dude, it's not that serious. You want to portray that you're classy, you're bougie, you're upper echelon, but you can't say these things when your actions are not that. My sister used to have this saying. She says, you cannot walk a straight path if you're doing crooked things.
I like that. Now, let me tell you, the gag with all of this is that I keep going back to, we're not hood rats. That is definitely hood rat behavior. It's definitely hood behavior. When in wrong thing, she meek and sweet. Listen, niece, when the meek and the sweet show up, send auntie a message or email so I can go look at it. This is the thing. That's ghetto behavior. The ghetto girls that we knew coming up acted just like that. Those were the girls, and we all know them. Black is not a monolith. We got different versions of black. And that's one version of black that really, sometimes it's hard to get along with, because those girls are always defensive. Everything offends them. Like, anything you say can offend them. Really, do you know the kind of girl I'm talking about?
I do, and I stay away from those type of people.
And thank you. Say it again, one more time, niece.
I stay away from those type of people.
Hello. And that's what most girls do, unless you're that type of girl too. Most of us, I won't say most of us, but a lot of us are not them type of girls. I'm not going to be bothered with, the hood booger aesthetic, the hood booger attitude, where you super offended over everything. Nobody's going to talk with you. Nobody who's not the same type of person is going to engage with you. If every time we talk, I got to be walking around on eggshells because I don't know what you're going to be offended over, and start snapping and yelling even when there's nothing going on. I'm not doing it with you. I'm not. Now, of course, because black is not a monolith, I'm not the same kind of girl as them girls on them shows either. Okay. I'm from Florida. I wouldn't have been playing with Bang Bang. She'd have had one time to snip and snap at this old girl, and I'd have read her down so bad. She'd have been getting friendly with a razor blade or a bottle of pills.
No, I see. I
You
guess
do
I'm
not talk to me crazy. I respect people. You gonna respect me, or I'm gonna bless your game.
I guess I got lucky in the sister part, because my sister would tell me people like that, they're gonna grow a what is it? She said they'll grow a beard and a mustache the quickest, because they stressing themselves out and they're increasing their their cortisol level.
Cortisol levels. They're gonna end up with a pot belly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she's like, you don't need to go down that path.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but the thing is, it's just like, that's exhausting. Nobody owes it to you to go. I'm telling you, I would never go through that with nobody. Never. If I'm talking to you normal and we all have a normal conversation and you start, I'm about to tear you out the frame.
no. Oh no.
I'm about to tell you smooth out the frame. And you know, I don't like Shamia. Shamia done got on my nerves. I see her trying to act like her mama, and I see what she doing, right? But all that to the side. From breakfast, you done already been showing out the night before, pretending like I'm trying to pressure you to drink and stuff. Then you gonna get your tail in there while we all laughing and kikiing in the morning, talking about something. You don't tell me what, baby, the way I would have offered her a drinking straw to open up her nostrils.
Does she really?
Baby, that would have been a whole different scene up in there. And I say the same thing for Angela. When they was over there at that brunch at Kelly house with them raw grits, when Angela was like, why would they, take your license? What do you mean? Read the room. Baby, the way I would have handled her. That's how I know Angela ain't no real one. Angela playing in y'all face. She ain't a real one. Because she'd have screamed in my face, like, read that mother room. Bet. And I'm going to start with you.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that Drew was really trying to get Kenya to come and shoot some scenes? Because that's what is being put out there in the streets.
It's not in the that's not in the streets. Drew said that in an interview. She was lying. I don't believe her. Honestly, I don't believe nothing she say.
But I also think that maybe Kenya has been giving her some advice to step up her game.
She couldn't have. Because the piss poor pitiful performance Drew has given us is not Kenya Moore level. Drew looked like she taking cues from Angela to me. She ain't taking cues from Kenya. If she was taking cues from Kenya, she'd have showed up better than that. Honestly, I was over her. Completely over her. And then after all that weirdness, you screaming in the girl face, I love you. I'm here for you. And then go strip down and show your titties.
I mean, I can't wait to see next episode to find out what goes down between her and Kelly, that they're no longer besties and from Grenada.
Yeah, I want to know what happened too. Little Miss Classy. Don't forget she classy, girl.
Who, Kelly or her?
No, Bang Bang. Bang Bang say she classy. You yelling, screaming, acting like a hood booger, showing your titties, but you classy, huh?
Well, she was classy. She wouldn't have that nasally voice. She would have gotten that sucker fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I ain't with all that.
But I actually did enjoy the this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Carrie, Auntie over here, I'm having a whole hot flash. I'm about to melt. But what you say, boo?
I like this episode. Seeing Phaedra, Shamia, Cynthia, them having fun over at the waterfall. That's the old RHOA that we miss. That, because these women, they're just like, hey, we got money, we're traveling, we're doing our thing.
Yeah, it felt like a lifestyle scene. It was nice. But I don't know when you got popped in, Reed. I had pointed out that it was literally an old school group and a new school group.
Yeah, no, I was listening. I
You
was
know what I'm
listening.
saying? And the old school group, that's why they gave us old school RHOA. That new school group, they sat there and gave nothing.
Girl, because season 16 is a season of pretenders. They pretend they have money. They pretend they have class. They pretend they do a lot of pretending. And I'm tired of it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired because, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I posted on X, hey, they need to start firing these people for not bringing their stories. Like, why? I've been watching you now for quite a long time, and my comment has always been, why is it that none of the stuff they're posting on their social media matches what the stories that they're showing on RHOA? Because what they have on social media is way better.
Right. That's
Oh, she needs to
when
go
in
to the
Rome is
corner, but
crazy.
she's laughing.
When I say I love when in Rome, but baby, listen, they do it in private.
And you don't know about it too.
Hello. It's the big old secret.
Yep,
By
the
the
only
time
people that knows about it is their bank account.
that's right. And their husbands, if they got one. Because that's the only people supposed to know. Why we got to put all this stuff out? What let me tell you something. I miss the days when people kept stuff to themselves. Can we keep anything to ourselves? And y'all know I'm not a prude. Like, live and let live and all that jazz. But can we keep anything to ourselves? Like your titties. Can you keep that to yourself?
Girl, I don't know, but like this episode wasn't that bad. But the monkey comment, I had me
Phaedra
chuckling
crazy.
about that. I'm like, is she using this as like a wordplay on people being called monkey as being racist, or is she really thinking that this monkey's looking at her sideways? I'm like, her and the monkey are about the same height. So, I mean, the only person that should be in fear is Kelly, because she's about inch shorter than the monkey.
Man, when I tell you, Phaedra had me stuck. Like I was with it. But then I was like, the monkey's racist. The producer was confused. Like, Phaedra, the monkey racist? I was like, well, did the monkey like flip you off? Did he like do some sign language? Like, what happened? Why did you call the monkey racist? She's like, well, anything to do with a monkey is bad. It's bad. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Phaedra's nuts. But we needed we needed the funny to come back. Like the funny had left the room, honestly. DB said, Auntie, what you expecting at the reunion? A bunch of lying heifers. Yeah. That's what I'm expecting. A bunch of lying heifers. I don't think nobody on that stage gonna tell the truth about nothing. I think everything they say, we're gonna end up back over here on this channel, on this porch, having to dig back through the episodes to confirm what they actually said. They're gonna try to rewrite history. All of them. They're gonna lie. We're gonna get a bunch of lying hookers, is what we finna get. Lying hookers.
You're not lying. I couldn't believe today they actually had Drew on to watch what happened live.
Yeah, who wants to see that?
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I was surprised. I'm like, because everybody could have been complaining that she's never been on there.
Well, I'm glad they finally let her get on there, her and her chin.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny because I had to, when I was reading her stuff, I've seen these movies and then I remember Drew. But then every time you talk about the chin, I'm like, oh, it's the girl with the chin that was like in White Girls.
Yep. The crimson chin, that's her. No, I don't want Candy back. I was wanting Candy gone for like the last 5 years. Honestly. Once her mama and her auntie them wasn't coming on there, y'all can get, I was over it. Because I like the mama and the aunties. And then Riley had done went to school. What was we looking at?
Nah, Mama Joyce made the show interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie to
you. She
did.
did.
Mama Joyce has some real
Girl, I love Joyce. I love me some Joyce. Y'all can bring Joyce back without Candy. Can we get Joyce without Candy? Because that's what I said in Potomac. Can we get Mama Dot? Y'all can leave Candace off. Can we get Dot?
No, we should bring Mama D on so that she can finally confront Portia. I'm just teasing.
And don't get me wrong. I love D. Miss in that order. in that. I love Mama D and her tooth that be popping out. Like, I love everything by D, but D is way too ghetto. And you know it.
So now, do you believe that it's a casting issue, or do you believe that it's a production issue in regards to why RHOA been?
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna tell you, it's both. It's both. Yeah, Candy Mama and Aunties was that was must see TV. That was the best TV. That's the best thing we ever got from Candy was her mama and her aunties. I love them aunties and I loved her mama real bad. Joyce needed a peach. Joyce was that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Joyce was that girl.
Yeah, Joyce needed the peach.
I told y'all before, I love Joyce. Joyce could tell me to come wash her dishes and I'd pop up and wash them. Mm-hmm.
Every time I heard Mama Joyce's voice, I'm like, oh, she's going to say some stuff. She's going to say something wild.
Listen, Bianca's still campaigning for Cynthia. She love her some. If don't nobody like Cynthia, if don't nobody like cheekbones, Bianca love cheekbones belly.
She's great to look at, but that's about it.
That's literally it. She gives nothing. A big bucket of pretty nothing. But she pretty.
I mean, think about it. The person who really held the peach when she was on there was really Peter.
And Nene helped her too. It was Nene and Peter that held her in that spot for the longest.
I mean, the most action she ever did give us was when her and Portia got into that fight.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. You know, Cynthia's had a moment or two over the years, and it's bad because it's only been a moment or two over the years. Candy has given us more TV than Cynthia. She has.
We should get Latasha Scott on because, you know, she needs to pay her sister the money.
Don't nobody want to be bothered with Meatwad. Don't do that.
Come on, girl. She needs the money. She owes her sister. How much money she stole from that girl?
Then she need to go on Love and Hip Hop. That part. Tell her to call VH1.
Her husband does.
Either one of them. Tell them to call VH1. Don't do that. Don't bring them over here, and I got to watch them. By the time y'all bring her on, that's your way of telling me you do not want me reviewing this show. I'm not finna be bothered with them Scott sisters, the big one or the small big one. Neither one of them. Just know.
Yeah, they do need to bring some new blood. That's actually good.
Listen. It's like when you ask, was it casting or was it production? It's both. It's both. The production keep trying to control and overproduce scenes, and then they bringing in people that don't have no, personal story that they're willing to share, and then they're not vetting these people, because had they been vetting people, we'd have never got Bang Bang Sleazy.
That is true.
We'd have never got them. And so that's a bunch of mess.
I just don't understand, like, why this chick can't realize that she creates so much of this problem. But it is what it is.
She's mentally unstable. And what's worse is, like I said, tonight said a lot to me. It was the fact that once the girls got split into groups, the old school chicks was out of the way. They didn't have nobody there but Drew to play off of. They gave nothing but weird sexual innuendo jokes. We got nothing. Nothing. And it's like at that point, I feel like whoever hired them ladies, whoever they were, they should have been on suspension or fired. Because this is what you brought in. When you put them with each other, you get nothing. And production brought them in and did not require them to share any of their real personal story. So to me, I feel like production must have told y'all, hey, you ain't got to share your personal story. Just come in and attack the girls that already have established themselves, and that'll give you a name. And I honestly feel like that's what got Bang Bang in trouble. They told her to go get into it with Cynthia, like they used to tell people to come on the show and beef with Nene. And I think they told her to, go beef with Kenya, and she didn't know how to do it. And I think production didn't realize that mentally that girl is not all there. And when it didn't work and Kenya was not predictable and she played her to the left, That girl got embarrassed. She embarrassed herself. She was upset about it. And then she threatened to shoot her. And it's like, y'all put all of this in play. They set all of this in play. This show was supposed to be about friends. Yes, Sinclair. They said, and then they sent Kelly to run at Portia. That's exactly what happened. And what's crazy about it is that the show was about a circle of friends. So it's like they had an opportunity to bring friends of the show onto people who were friends with this circle onto the show, and they didn't bring them. When it came to Akila and Ming, I don't know all their backstory, but I know they friends with everybody in that circle. Why would y'all not want to have a legitimate friend circle so we can see some mess? Instead, you bring people that really don't know no goddamn body and then try to manufacture mess. That's why this show is going down. And it's not going to get any better because you just don't want to do what you need to do. And I don't understand, other than I feel like maybe they really are intentionally sabotaging this franchise. Like, what else? What other reason? When in Rome says Drew doesn't connect with the cast, who are her real girlfriends outside of the show? I want Peaches who are from Atlanta. I agree. That's what we need. And she's not it. It doesn't make sense. Like, at this point, the dynamic that they have set up, it no longer makes sense. Amanda said, I wonder what happened with the scene they cut because of Kenya being removed. I don't know. But I know they got to do, I think at this point, we got to do something. Say maybe Brit is on medication and drinking exacerbate. That could be, but if that's the case, then she needs to say so. Yeah, the manufacturing ruined the franchise. And Nene called it out when Kenya first started doing it. Faking scenes, faking boyfriends, all that stuff. It was a mistake. Well, this is the gag, Carrie. You do know that Ming and Akila are friends with Shamia too, and they're friends with Candy, and Portia's in that same little friend group too. So it's like they had an opportunity to bring real friends on the show. They just didn't want to. I mean, here's the thing: when in Rome, we don't know if she's boring. We don't know her. We don't know nothing about her. We just seen her talking to Kenya a couple times. We don't know that girl.
I mean, didn't they say Ming is doing really good over at Basketball Live?
But yeah, I heard that, but I haven't watched it. What I do know is that she had tested to get on this show multiple times or whatever. But my thing is, and it didn't have to be her. Like, please understand, I'm not saying it had to be her. What I'm saying is, if you have an opportunity to put people from the same friend circle of friends, friend group, social circle on the show, why would you not? Why would you not? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you not do that? Because there's a lot of people in that little social circle. It didn't have to be them too. It could have been some of the other ones. I'm just confused at all of it. Like, you know, you're in Atlanta. You have access to these ladies. Why are they not there? And you keep bringing in people that nobody knows anybody, and just drop them there and tell them, hey, you want to make a name for yourself, go attack this person. It doesn't work. Like listen, they're trying to like reheat leftovers, right? In a way, in my opinion. We had some epic feuds on RHOA, right, Ree? We had Portia versus Kenya, epic. We had
Smalls versus Smalls.
Yeah, but I'm just saying to the girls, we had Nene versus Sheree, epic. We had Nene versus Kim, epic. We had Sheree going at it with Kenya. They got hilarious. That's when Kenya was like, you over there in your Mama Joyce wig. Like, we had a lot of stuff going on. And that's like they keep trying to recreate those epic beef moments, but they're trying to use impossible patties. Shout out to Ray Vaughn. They trying to use, you know, fake ground beef. Like, this is not beef. Where is the beef? If you let them ladies have regular interactions, women being women, somebody gonna get mad at somebody, and we gonna get a show. When Sheree pulled that stunt with Nene and it turned into a big to-do because she pulled up the Sheree house to this party and they tell Nene your name ain't on the list. That was
funny.
Real women being catty petty bull crap. Like that was TV. When it wrong, that's right. Right. When Sheree told Kenya B twirl on some MF and baseboards. That's what I'm talking about. Where is the beef? When Cynthia and Phaedra was going at it. Hello. We had a show. They keep trying to recreate what was there instead of letting stuff happen naturally. And I'm just saying it's never going to go right. We don't want impossible patties.
That's true.
I don't want no impossible patties. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like me a good old Morningstar black bean burger, spicy black bean burger. Y'all try them, they lit. But not on TV. Not on TV. And they won't stop doing it. Right. Passionate Polly. They would rather control the narrative than let the women just live. They don't want RHA being number one. Yes, and they want to be able to control who they think the head girl is. That's why they keep trying to push Portia out like she a front runner. Portia don't have no main character energy.
No, she doesn't.
She pretty. Okay. You got a mean shape. I give it to you. You got that. But she don't have main character energy. Portia is a fun girl as long as we got a main character. She not that. But that they comfortable with her being the front runner because she got the look that they more comfortable with. They afraid if they let everything go naturally, the people are gonna choose who they want as the front runner, and it ain't gonna be the person that the executives want.
You're not lying about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Sometimes I just miss when Carlos King was doing the production. I know that people don't like that, but I miss him sometimes.
Carlos is great at production. I don't like him, but you know me not liking somebody is not gonna make me not tell the truth about what you're good at. Carlos King is great at production. He's legitimately great at production. Like I can't take that from him. He literally is. He's genuinely great at what he does. The best seasons were with him producing. They were. That's just the simple truth. But that ship has sailed, right? So now, Truly Original is going to have to at some point either back down and allow reality to be reality, or let's go ahead and wrap this show up. Let's go and cancel this bad boy. Let's go and get us a series finale, do a couple of spinoffs, and let the world keep turning, because what they're doing is this model, whatever this model is that they're trying to go by, it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable.
You're not lying about that.
They may as well go on and wrap this up, because this is not it. T. Monique said that part. Portia is pretty, but does not have main character energy. She doesn't. But you can tell by the way they do edits, the way they do their pictures, everything. They're trying to push her to be a front runner, but that's just not who she is. When the room said, I don't think Portia's trying to be. I didn't say Portia is. I said production and the executives are trying to push her to be the front runner. That's what they're trying to manufacture. I didn't blame Portia. I told what I see. They're trying to position her to be a front runner, and that's just not who that girl is. It's not. And perfect example was this season. You got somebody like a Nene, even if, first of all, we know for a fact, because it's been, people that came out and confessed later, that they were told, if you want a spot, go at Nene. When people went at Nene never, refused to give them energy and walked away from them. She gave them just what they was looking for, even if she had to embarrass them. She gave it to them. That's main character energy. Portia's not finna do that. Portia been on that show the whole time, BSing and shaking and moving. And that's what she gonna keep doing. You're not gonna get her to give you that type of energy. She's not gonna give it to you. She's not. I don't think she's capable. But to them, that's more acceptable than letting the people pick who they like. Let the people be real so folks can decide who they like. Because as it is now with all this fakery and everybody lying, and we got to come on here and go back and roll tape and listen to audio to figure out what you said when you first said it. That's why I keep telling y'all I don't like none of them, because I'm tired of having to go and dig up your lies. I'm tired. And at this point, every last one of them, as you know, Ree, I have caught every last one of these heifers lying. Every one of them. Repeatedly. There's not one girl that's on that screen right now that I have not caught lying. Repeatedly. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
And honestly, and it's not like we didn't get lies when it was a real personal story. Because hell, Phaedra's personal story when she got there was a lie. She didn't want to tell the truth about when the hell that baby was due. But at least she was lying about something that was going on. Like, what are y'all even doing? You manufacture beef, you manufacture conflict, and then you lie about the fake conflict that you faking. Stop it already.
Because I'm like, shoot, I was confused. I'm like, wait, I thought she was having this baby. What's going on? I thought that baby was going to be born on the set.
Okay, when it wrong, thank you. At least you love me, because the rest of them going to make me keep reviewing. She say, don't watch the next season because I don't want your mental health to be affected. It's too late. I'm 2 seconds from a straitjacket right now. Antoinette, you see it? Look at her, Ree. She talking about Drew don't lie and had to laugh at herself. Now you in my chat line. I'll rebuke you.
But I am going to go ahead and get on.
So she be lying.
I'm going to go back to the chat. Have a good evening, okay?
You too, love. Talk to you later. Bye, Ree. Yeah, but I'm for real, y'all. I'm tired. Like these women got me tired. Yeah, set up there lying to women, 4 women who all had babies, telling them stupid stuff. It's supposed to be due this time or that time, but then it's gonna come out early, and I don't know. Phaedra. I'm just tired, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like they need to give me something. But yeah, this episode was weird, and the timing was interesting. And when I say timing, I mean the timing in this episode airing and Bang Bang's lawsuit. It's a little interesting. I'm going to say it's a little interesting. It's a hell of a time for this to come out. I was sexually harassed. I also show my boobs to people I don't know very well. I don't know. So anyway, y'all, since ain't nobody else hit the like button, y'all go ahead and give me your ratings for this episode in the chat, 1 through 10, what you got for it. I'm going to give them a 6, and I'm being generous with the 6, 1 through 10, what y'all rating this episode. And y'all know what time it is. This hot flash is doing me in. I'm sweating on my hair and everything. I'm about to tap out. So listen, y'all know what time it is. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, please make sure you hit the like button on this good channel. Okay, please subscribe if you have not subscribed, because we happy to have you here. Okay, and if you want to join channel membership, you can hit the join button beneath the video or the membership link in the description box. Also, in the description box, we have the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World. Okay, it is a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time, and we want all of our daughters to be safe. We do not need to make any more bang bang sleazies. Okay, so let's keep our daughters and our nieces and grandbabies safe. All right. We also have the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent for the royal family. All right. We have the link for our Amazon storefront so we can all shop for our own respective homes. We have the link for my Amazon wish list in case you want to send any backup notebooks or pens, because this one is almost empty. And thanks everybody for any and every support that y'all send. I appreciate you. And yeah, that's where we are. So listen, we're gonna get on up out of here. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Good night, sweet dreams. Say your prayers. Remember to be positive tomorrow. Be productive. Encourage others. Make sure you remember to encourage yourself. That is the most important thing. And remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you. I love you. And there is nothing you can do about it, all right? Well, I'll talk to you guys again soon, okay?